The Opie and Anthony Show.
Opie and Anthony.
Radio shock jocks.
Opie and Anthony.
Radio has to be nice. Why? Why does radio, out of any other medium, have to be nice? We are being now held to a standard where we have to be nice and make people feel good. Go screw!
Radio bad boys, Opie and Anthony.
Controversial radio personalities, Opie and Anthony.
Infamous DJs, Opie and Anthony.
Talk show radio hosts, Opie and Anthony.
Opie and Anthony.
Opie and Anthony.
Radio shock jocks, Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony. Shock jocks, Opie and Anthony. Shock jocks, Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony. Shock jocks, Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony.
All right, we get it.
We were number one across the board with men in morning drive radio here in New York City.
Yeah.
We're doing better. In men, we were number one, and in women, we crept up to number 375.
So I went to the acupuncturist, and this fine Chinese doctor popped about 20 needles in me. Would you take a needle? What do you need curing besides your alcoholism?
What's up, Anthony? Is the date officially over?
No.
Do you need help?
Is you being held hostage?
No, you.
Yes, I'm a hostage of love.
Oh, God.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
And go. Good morning. Welcome to the Opie and Anthony Show. Phone number 877-212-ONA.
Give us a call.
So the ghouls from CBS have started working from this building officially?
God, apparently so. I heard that this morning.
I guess CBS FM is a legendary station here in New York City. For what reason, I don't know. They're just a jukebox. They always have been a jukebox. And we had this really nice green room that was right outside the studio door, so we have our guests.
Yeah.
They sit in there, they relax, they get ready to do the Opie and Anthony show. Kenny's fetching stuff for the guests. Well, the company decided they wanted to, downsize or something?
Well, always looking to save a little cash.
So they got rid of our green room and they moved CBS FM into this building, onto this floor. They're literally 20, 30 feet away from where we're broadcasting right now.
Yep.
And we're trying to show prep, and all of a sudden, one of the jocks just cranks up Dancing in the Dark by Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah.
And I looked at Anthony, I go, it must be nice where your job is just to, spin records.
Yeah.
Where you could just turn up the volume and enjoy one of the songs.
Enjoy the tunes.
Because that's all you do. So
That
the
would be
walls are
nice.
shaking as we're listening to Dancing in the Dark.
Yeah, trying to read the papers and look through websites and everything. Just Dancing in the Dark is blasting down the hallway.
I'm not the...
What? You like it?
I don't know. Bruce is kind of growing on me.
Look, let me tell you something. I don't mind Bruce Springsteen, but I mind Dancing in the Dark. If you're going to listen to Bruce Springsteen, there's a million songs you could, crank up before Dancing in the Dark. Yuck.
CBS FM.
Oh, God.
CBS FM.
Those ghouls have officially started broadcasting from our floor.
Our floor. They're right next door.
I know.
God, they should have put them upstairs or something.
What are they playing now? Why should people tune into CBS FM? Stupid jukebox radio stations. Go away. I got an iPod. Leave me alone. And then we're setting up for the show. And I was kind of scared because I was going to just quickly tell the boys that I went and saw Young Frankenstein on Broadway.
Ooh.
I go and see a play maybe once every 2 years.
Yeah.
Although I think this year I've seen two because we went and saw A Bronx Tale, which was just amazing on Broadway. And then I'm sitting there. Young Frankenstein's a musical. And I was blown away. I enjoyed it.
You liked it.
I liked it a lot. And I'm sitting in this theater thinking, how the hell are they doing this in a theater? Like some of the stuff and the special effects. And it was really good.
Yeah.
And then I'm thinking, why don't I go to more Broadway shows?
Because you're heterosexual?
You think that's what it is? You think like heterosexual males are just scared of Broadway? Because honestly, my demo was not represented in this theater. It was all old couples from Long Island and Jersey.
Yeah,
that came in for the day because I went to the matinee. I mean, they were old.
I don't think a lot of New Yorkers, people that live in Manhattan, go to Broadway, go to shows unless you're, gay guy. Oh. They, they like going to the shows. But, I don't know. You don't really see that. I don't think it's your first thought. I think pretty much every play I've gone and seen, I've enjoyed.
Yeah.
But I never think of just going.
No, and
usually it's somebody else's idea.
And some of these shows on Broadway, they're better than a lot of the movies that are coming out.
Yeah.
They really know what they're doing.
Is it a funny show or is it
It's
just good?
hilarious.
Wow.
And it's a musical,
hilarious.
so you're gonna sit through a lot of numbers, but I didn't even mind. But thank God there was nothing I was humming on the way out. There was nothing catchy where all of a sudden I'm walking down 42nd Street like humming along.
Oh
no,
you aren't singing Broadway show tunes.
No. But I'm gonna give it a thumbs up. Young Frankenstein on Broadway, thumbs up. Wow. And the lead guy wasn't there; he was sick. You take out your playbill, see who's in the show,
of course,
and that sheet of paper falls out. The part of Young Frankenstein will be played by blah blah today.
Oh,
and he did good. The understudy, or whatever.
Understudy.
Yeah.
The monster. I think it was the same guy. He and I did Ed together.
Oh yeah.
When I did my episode of Ed.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Sheila Hensley. Yeah. If he's still playing, he looked it up.
I'm not even. I don't know because you can't tell because he's dressed as the monster. Yeah.
Well, he dressed like that back then in real life. It's weird. He was waiting for it.
The chick from Will and Grace was a big hit. I don't know her name. The one that had the weird high voice on Will and Grace. Megan what? Megan Mullally. Oh, this stunt brain.
Oh, she's in it?
He's out of his,
What's number, what?
That's Megan Mullally
from
Will and Grace. And I think Andrea Martin, the SCTV ladies. Frau Blooker.
Do you hear that sound out there? It's 200,000 to 300,000 people yelling at their radios going, who gives a S? More useless info from Stunt Brain.
If any of us had an ounce of comic talent, and this is any of us, when you said the girl from Will and Grace, one of us would have yelled out one of the gay dudes.
Of course.
But I couldn't think of any.
Yeah, but we don't even wake up until 7:30, so
Yeah, relax.
Give us another hour. This is the warm-up hour of our 3-hour show.
But we all just sat there and tried to help. Like, let me think.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I
shows.
I thought I was going to be kind of thrown under the bus, but
Mr.
then
Culture.
What? I'm doing
good.
this, I'm doing that. Every day I'm trying to do something.
That's good.
Then I went and did my acupuncture yesterday.
Oh no, more of that?
Yeah, but
You're getting addicted?
No, she says 5 treatments should cure me of everything. You know how it goes. And
yeah.
just
of course.
I don't know what I believe as far as the acupuncture goes, but I'll tell you this much. It's getting harder and harder to wake up in the morning when that alarm goes off. And I went there for stress and to sleep better. So maybe it's working. Or maybe subconsciously I think it's working, so I decided to start sleeping better. I don't know.
So you're sleeping better, though?
Yeah.
Oh, because of the acupuncture, you think? Yeah.
I don't know. I know I'm sleeping better, and the thing that has changed is the fact that I went to an acupuncturist to sleep better and relieve some stress.
Where's the sleep better part that they stick the pin in? Your left, middle finger knuckle for some reason?
Yesterday I got 3 in my right ear.
Why in the ears?
3 in my left ear, 1 in the middle of my forehead right here.
Ow!
That I do believe was bleeding a little because she was rubbing it a lot after she took the needle out. Then 1 in the top of my head. That was a little weird. 1 in each hand.
There's no way I'm letting anyone stick needles in the top of my head.
That one was a little weird when it went in. And then in between the thumb and the index finger, that webbing right there, sort of.
This is a torture.
And then a bunch in the feet and the inner calf area.
Ow.
And then the electrodes are hooked up to the needles, and they start vibrating away. And then she goes, try to relax and take a nap. And then next thing I know, she's coming in the room. I go, you just left the room. She goes, no, it's been 45 minutes.
How do you sleep with needles in you?
And I woke up.
Buzzing needles.
And I woke up because I felt my jaw drop, and I woke up because I heard.
You started snoring?
Because I can't sleep on my back, because then I start snoring. So
of course.
Somehow I got to figure out how to get the needles in me and then roll on my tummy. So, but I thought that was weird. But then I go to Aunt, hey, Aunt, how was your night? and Ant's nights have become nights of functions.
Well, I went to a function.
Because, you're dating Jill Nicolini from Channel 11, the traffic vixen.
Of course.
And, we always thought all she did was the traffic, which is probably the easiest job in America. But I guess what the station does is they put her out there to do functions almost every night, right?
It's not so much the station. She's just very charitable.
She's charitable.
Goes to charity events.
So you went to an Islander thing, what, Monday?
Yeah.
Or Tuesday? I don't know. And last night you had to go to something?
Last night, yes. I went to, where the hell was it? You know where the Oheka Castle is?
On Long Island?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the Oheka Castle Garden Party. It was like the Great Gatsby. It was like one of those type of parties. Outdoor, in a huge, big garden area of a castle.
Mm-hmm.
And, there were catered people there carving huge. There was a piece of meat that was just gigantic. It was ridiculously gigantic, and they're just carving away. No, don't look at my crotch when I say that, Jimmy.
I didn't know you were charitable as well. I'm giving a piece of that goodness to everybody that went to the function.
How arrogant is he? Everyone take a taste.
Yeah. All right. Why not?
You are an ass.
You've heard about this.
That's hysterical.
Might as well sample the goodness.
No, they were, carving that, and there's all kinds of food there. And there was a little orchestra playing, like, violins and
a quartet.
And playing like, and little flutes and stuff. It was very out of my realm of context.
You said the women were wearing big bonnets?
Yes, a bunch of women. Everyone was white, and they were all wearing, like the very summery clothing. There were those white folding chairs everywhere, and white tables, and it was just a big thing. Like a cotillion or something. I don't know. It was one of those Gatsby-style garden parties.
And what was the point?
Well, it was a charity. It was a charity event. It was, let's see, for, I guess, to benefit, underprivileged kids or something. Yeah. That was one. That was one party. Then I went to another one. It was the Thiessen Children's Foundation Casino Night at the Woodbury Country Club.
You do know you're going to be a father, right?
What?
When are you going to realize
what?
You're going to be a father?
Are you crazy? Why?
There's something in common with all these charity events. This is the third children's charity event you've done this week alone.
Apparently people like to do charities for children. They don't,
The woman you're dating loves children. You will be a father if this continues.
Well, she, she's very charitable like that.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, well, she missed her period.
No.
There was a pause there.
No.
How long at these garden parties before they realize that you're trash? Like, what is it? Like,
I was thinking the same thing.
Is it when you pull out a can of beer from your jeans pocket?
I was thinking the same thing. It's like, I'm such a fraud being here. I'm just a fraud.
Yeah.
I have no reason to be here. I'm like, where's the open bar and the food?
Trying to be a real gentleman with his collared shirt smiling, and then they're like, you're who from what show?
Exactly. That's what it was. They were just like, ugh.
Did you actually say, where's the open bar?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was, open bar. So you walk up,
You know where that is, like, the back of your hand.
Yes, it was a very nice bar area.
Yeah.
Had a lot of nice wines and whatnot. So, I was doing that. And then I went over to the casino night at the Woodbury Country Club and played some Hold'em. Yeah.
Did you win?
No. It was all for charity.
Mm-hmm.
And I got japped out on a damn... I had a pretty good hand.
What'd you have?
The hell did I have? At Trip Nines. And some guy nailed me with a flush on the river.
Ouch.
Oh, it was just like, oh,
ouch.
God.
Yeah, who didn't see that coming, right?
Jimmy. Poker Jimmy's going to talk a little bit about getting nailed on the river like that.
You know, because it's all how you play. It has nothing to do with luck, Hold'em.
Yeah.
Enough with these people that think they know how to play Hold'em. Shut up.
Yeah.
There's so much luck involved in Hold'em. I don't care what you say.
It's all luck.
I don't care.
No, it's not all
I'll
luck.
match my my trip twos against your trip aces anytime. Give me the river. What do I care?
There you go. See? So what time did your night end?
Relatively early. I would say. No. 10 something.
Hey, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Early night for you.
It was close by, so it wasn't a long drive or anything like that.
Right.
From Woodbury.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, pretty early. Got back home. Went right to sleep. It's nice.
Very good.
Yeah, so that was my, my little charitable night.
Cheryl from Bayonne, New Jersey has something for you. Cheryl.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, what's up, O&A?
What's up, Cheryl?
Hi, Jimmy.
Hi, Cheryl.
Nice to see you guys. Listen, I knew you were totally hungover, Anthony. I could tell by your voice.
Hungover?
Yeah, that's why I wanted to call you. Sound all stuffy.
Yeah, no, my throat's a little like bad.
No, it's more like that stuffy head kind of, you're trying to talk, and I knew it as soon as I woke up because I'm hungover, and I said, oh, this poor guy, so I just wanted to call you out.
No, I swear, if I'm hungover, you'll know it, because I won't talk much. But I've been hungover on this program.
No, I know, but
yeah, you're expecting us to say no. All right, Cheryl, thank you.
I just wanted to call to sympathize with you. I love you guys.
Some pictures are popping up now of the garden party.
Wow, what a surprise. Pictures.
There's always pictures.
Oh, my God.
I've never been photographed more in my life.
Jill likes arranging everybody for a photo.
Of course.
That's a fine number she's got on for the the Great Gatsby party.
A nice little short black
and you're
dress.
Dressed like it's February.
Well, no, those are thin pants.
What about the long sleeve shirt?
Well, I had the sleeves rolled up.
Wouldn't that be hot?
But I wanted to look a little fancier, so I put the sleeves down.
Gotcha. Very nice.
When's Travis got to come in and take a look for?
Making sure the shoes match her skirt.
All right, we're just
still being photographed in fancy places. You're like a jet-setting gentleman now.
I know. Isn't that odd?
Without the jet.
What? Yeah, with a gentleman.
Hey,
instead of the jet, they got the Long Island Expressway. Up and down the Long Island Expressway.
Yes.
Jet setting up and down.
The LIE trash tour.
Woo! Just like jet setting to cons.
Yeah, we don't go to con.
You're going to be. You're going to turn into one of those Hampton couples, though.
You think?
You'll definitely be doing some Hamptons functions.
Well, probably.
All right.
Tonight there's a big thing at Roseland. There's like some fighting going on.
You're
some type of martial arts. Some kind of mixed martial arts thing.
But you don't really like martial arts.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
So that's tonight's function?
So that's tonight's function.
Okay.
That I'll be attending. Oh, see? That's us in front of the big castle. Isn't that lovely?
Oh, I thought that was your house.
Yeah.
I thought this was a picture before you went to the Great Gatsby party. You should just invite everyone to your castle.
What? You're laughing at my...
Anthony's face in every photo. You can almost see his head going...
Am I smug guy?
Oh,
come on. I'm just trying to take a photo.
I know. It's funny to watch.
Do you practice your photo faces in front of the mirror now?
No.
Because I see you're looking different.
No.
Like when you're photographed with us, it's a little different. Now it looks like you're trying.
He's trying to focus his eyes and make his... I guarantee you, Anthony...
He's trying to give him... Go ahead.
He has to, like he says, remember your eyes, smoldering, not retarded. Smoldering, not retarded. He has a smoky look.
Yeah, I think he's going for bedroom eyes.
No.
He's breaking out his bedroom eyes.
Sure is sexy.
You're both silly.
Let's say hi to Tony in Brooklyn. Tony!
Hey, what's up, boys? I remember you envision Anthony like in Happy Gilmore, where he goes into the clubhouse for the first time and he's wearing his best AC/DC T-shirt and jeans. Everybody else is all dressed up in tuxedos.
No, Ant is dressing.
I was dressed appropriately.
Well,
Anthony, man.
All right.
Out.
Thank you, Tony. We're going to take our first break. Phone number 877-212-0&A. Listen to this before we go to break.
Good evening. I'm Ken Bastida. Dana is off tonight. He was murdered and then set on fire while celebrating his birthday.
Yeah, we're going to explain what that is.
That's interesting.
In a little bit. Opie and Anthony. How's everyone this morning? Good? Good.
Oh, bless you, James.
Jimmy's not doing good.
Oh, I am. I'm allergic to nice people.
Oh, stop.
Opie and Anthony, 144 days until the presidential election.
Yeah.
29 days until the iPhone release. The new iPhone.
I know.
And we're up to day 23 of Antholini.
Day 23.
Yeah, we're keeping track now.
Thanks.
Vegas is keeping track now.
Why?
You know.
Well, people are speculating because she's wearing a little arm brace today because she has carpal tunnel from I guess hitting that thing all the time that changes the traffic screen. No, I don't know why, but from a lot of typing and texting. And people are speculating that I goon-armed her. I did not goon-arm her.
Who are these people? I didn't even know she had a brace on today.
They watch. Don't say
watching.
She's dressed like a baked potato. She's dressed in a silver shirt.
She's dressed like it's the future.
The future. I didn't goon-arm her. Goon-arm. Love that term. I want to do it just to say I goon-armed somebody. Goon-arm. It's when you just grab, hey, get over here.
Well, we have another broadcaster apologizing.
What'll doodle?
This is getting old. Real old.
What did this one do?
Well, it was Edie Hill from Fox News said this.
A fist bump, a pound, a terrorist fist jab. The gesture everyone seems to interpret differently.
Okay.
She was talking about Obama.
What, the little fist bump he did with the...
they're calling it the Obama fist pump. Some say it's a terrorist fist jab.
A terrorist fist... Who's calling it that?
You know, I mean... I don't think this broad should have to apologize, but It's ridiculous you would even think that means there's some kind of terrorist thing happening. Because wouldn't he want to keep it on the QT?
Yeah.
And not make it obvious on national TV?
Yeah, show everybody.
Look at me, I am a terrorist, and I'm going to be your next president. Shut up!
Yeah, that was just a little knuckle thing. You know when you do that?
Yeah.
Kind of hit knuckles. I didn't like it when I saw it.
Why?
Everyone
Him
does
and
his wife doing that knuckle thing. Just stop.
It seems too hip and young,
It seems
president.
Right. It doesn't seem presidential. She pretty much approached him with it, and it seemed cocky on her part. Like, we got this in the bag. Don't worry about it. We'll be ruining the country in no time.
I got to move backwards. I want to thank Jeff M. from New York City because we were all thinking it, but we didn't know how to say it. But I think Jeff worded it perfectly. Jill's got carpal tunnel from Anthony's huge for the last 23 days.
Now,
carrying Anthony's heavy wallet. He's rich.
What are we doing, Mad Libs now? Because soon as you said carpal tunnel, everyone's mind went dirty.
Of
Anthony.
course,
sorry,
they go filthy.
They went filthy, and Jeff helped us out there with one we could read.
Thanks.
So here's Edie Hill having to apologize.
I want to start the show by clarifying something I said on the show last Friday about an upcoming body language segment. Now, I mentioned various ways the Obama's fist pump in St. Paul had been characterized in the media. I apologize because, unfortunately, some thought I personally had characterized it inappropriately. I regret that. It was not my intention. I certainly didn't mean to associate the word terrorist in any way with Senator Obama and his wife. Now, today, the senator is talking about the economy and his plans.
We've been in this situation. Let me tell you what's going on. Right off camera, there's somebody pointing a gun at her head.
Yeah, she didn't want to say that.
You're going to read this. It was innocent what she said. Obviously, she was doing a story on what people think that fist pump might represent.
I guess somebody had said it that way. Somebody had characterized it as some kind of a terrorist thing, which I don't get. Are terrorists doing that?
Yeah, it's
they fire an RPG and then, hey, give the old knuckle bump.
Look, no one calls it that. No one.
I'm in probably 3 to 4 cabs a day. Not once am I getting a fist pump as I pay the guy.
Oh.
Not a one.
You're saying that the cab drivers are terrorists?
Except for the white ones.
Attaboy, Hope.
Except for the white ones. The white ones are just down on their luck with a crystal meth habit.
There isn't one sane white cab driver in the city.
Edie Hill's real name is Dorothy Tarbox? Yes. How the hell
no
do you know
way.
that?
I went to school with Dorothy Tarbox.
Her last name is not Tarbox.
I swear to God.
She must have had a lot of dates in high school.
Oh, God.
She's not unattractive either.
Oh, no.
Who does she work for?
Fox News.
Dorothy Tarbox.
Was she known to date a certain people?
Box.
Oh, my goodness.
I was going the other way, man. That's, well, we'll save this one for later.
Oh, yeah.
We'll do about 40 minutes on that.
Is that Tarbox right there?
Oh, that's Edie Hill. She does Fox and Friends in the morning.
Oh, my God. The cruelty of growing up with the last name Tarbox if you're a girl. Wow. That is just horrid.
Tarbox?
Yeah.
Tarbox?
Was she,
what's your name? Dorothy? Dorothy what? Dorothy Tarbox. Here goes a lifetime of torture.
She sounds like a deaf girl ordering coffee.
Okay, terrific.
Shame on you.
I don't like it, but I'll accept the jury's rendering.
We're really beating you up a lot lately. It used to be just one of these.
No, some of them deserve 30. Tarbug.
I just got it. Yeah, Tarbox, Starbucks, deaf girl, Tarbox.
Hey, that's not bad.
It's not bad.
Can we go backwards?
Yeah,
I want to go backwards now.
Take back some of those.
Very good, Jimmy. Wait, you were saying you want the conservatives out or something. What were you saying during the break there, Jimmy?
Yeah, I'm just reading stuff about the Parents Television Council, our conservative group, and then Max Hardcore, who look, he's a hardcore pornographer. I mean, he's a nasty, dirty man. But he's an adult, and he works with adult models, and he was found guilty of obscenity somewhere. And it's like, in this country, for a pornographer who's working with adult models to be found guilty, it's scary. It's like,
how bad was his porn that he was? Wow. We've seen some stuff over the years. What the hell is he doing where they say, look, enough is enough?
He's very objectionable. He's really hardcore.
Is that are those the ones where usually the girls got tears coming out of her eyes?
Yeah, he's nasty, man.
Having trouble breathing.
He puts them in pigtails, and he's naked, and he like wears a cowboy hat. He's an odd man. Yeah.
Is he the toilet seat guy?
No, that was Brandon Iron.
Right.
Slap
Okay.
Happy.
Yeah, Slap Happy. That was a fun little video to watch.
No, Max is even worse. Like, he holds their mouths open with speculums. Like, he's a dirty
speculums.
Hey, look, Max doesn't beat around the bush. No,
he doesn't play.
No, Max is a rough guy, but he's an adult, and it's just annoying. I want them out. I'm tired of them.
Does he do the old Dorothy Tarbox? I can't get that name out of my head.
Yeah, just work in Tarbox all day long for us, please.
God, I love it.
You guys can entertain us by doing that. Thank you.
There's dinosaur tracks on your slacks. Oh, the La Brea Tarbox. All right. A little better.
Obama has a lead over John McCain there, Anthony.
Yeah, I know.
Know what's going on? What I have noticed that McCain didn't have to really be in the public eye that much in the last, I would say, 8 to 9 months, right? Because you had the Hillary and Obama thing. It was such interesting TV. That's all you saw. But now that Hillary's out and it's Obama versus McCain, you're starting to see McCain more on TV, and it's a little uncomfortable,
frightening.
It's a little uncomfortable.
Yeah, he is.
We are going to have the first black president. You know that.
You think so?
And I'm not a fan of either one of these guys when it comes right down to it. But I'm noticing McCain looking a little. He doesn't look presidential when he's on TV.
He looks a little haggard, a little angry,
a little unsure of himself.
Obviously, he can be unsure of himself. Really,
I think so. He doesn't have confidence like past presidents have had. Like, Bush was a dope, but he had confidence when he was on TV and talking and stuff. He really believed what he was saying.
That stupid wink.
Yeah.
A little wink he
had a little charisma, you know what I'm saying?
People.
McCain looks like, I say it a lot, but he looks like he has dandruff on his shoulders.
Yeah. Well, he can't wash his hair. He can't get his hands up that high.
We've all seen. You go to the family functions, and the uncles are getting a little older, or grandpa.
Yeah.
And their suits start looking a little wrinkly, and there's dandruff on their shoulders. They just can't take care of themselves as well as they did.
Jesus.
McCain gives me that feeling.
I just don't like that Obama's wife.
Michelle
do
Obama?
I not like Michelle Obama?
Why? I'm with you there.
I don't. I've read a lot of things I'm not very happy with.
It's just a feeling you get.
Some of the stuff she said, her college thesis.
What was her college thesis on?
Oh, on Whitey.
What?
How awful Whitey is and the country and how,
That was the name of her thesis?
It was.
How awful Whitey is?
It was how awful Whitey is. I don't know what the name of it was, but didn't she talk about how racist the country is and how horrible she's been treated, and she pretty much grew up privileged.
Mm-hmm.
She went to some of the finest schools. So what are you bitching about? Knock it off. Now you're married to some guy who's ready to become the first black president. Enough. Stop your whining. Stop your damn whining.
I want to hear you do this on Hannity and Combs.
All right.
I'm going to book an appearance for you.
I'm sure Hannity would love it and Combs wouldn't. It's just the way they work. I don't like her whining.
Yeah, but what is she going to do if she's in the White House, really?
And she said that taking care of African American causes is her number one priority. Number one priority. And if she has influence over her husband, which I think he's whipped, I think she does, that means what? That means what for Whitey? Nothing.
What's your number one priority?
Yeah.
Going out. Having fun.
Mm-hmm.
Have a good time all the time, Marty. That's my philosophy.
Then again, who is Bush? In fairness, I mean, who are they hanging out with? They're not exactly hanging out with regular people either.
Yeah, but I don't want my tax money.
Oh my God, you haven't
going to the poor people.
You're the worst. You know what? You're the worst. You were a working Joe for so many years.
Yeah, exactly, a working Joe.
But here's the deal. You got to understand, at this point in your life, you're going to die with a lot of money in the bank.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I'm spending like a drunken sailor.
You can't. You don't have to worry about that crap. It's frustrating, but we have enough money.
I'm with a high-end chick. That costs some money.
How much have you spent on her?
Oh, my God. Hundreds of thousands. I'm kidding, of course.
Is it exhausting?
No, it's my house. I have to, get my house in order.
In more ways than one.
Yes, in more ways than one. Literally, figuratively. I just don't like the Obamas. I don't like them.
But you like the McCains?
No, I never said I did.
McCain's wife is, she looks like she'd be a perfect first lady. She's the only one out of the four that looks like she belongs in the
There
White
you go.
House.
So vote for her. That's what I say.
The other three look like they just don't belong in the White House.
No.
And what's up with your house in the cabana? We were talking about this after the show yesterday.
My cabana needs a permit. I don't know. I had to fill out some paperwork. It's just it takes a long time to do stuff at your house because no matter what, you don't own your property.
Yeah, we were talking after the show, and we think we have like real freedom in this country. You don't. You don't even own your own home.
You don't even own your property.
Try to do something on your property, and then you'll realize that you don't really own it.
Yes.
Oh, the bank says you do, and blah blah blah.
I bought it. Here's some money. I'm paying for it, and then you try to do something on it. You can't do that.
And it's building a state-of-the-art pool, basically, and it needs a little cabana. Nothing big, right?
Yeah.
Nothing big. It's not like 5 stories high. No one's ever going to see the cabana, really.
It's like transportable. They truck it into your yard.
And you got to get permits and all sorts of crap for it. And I'm asking Anthony, is your cabana like the Taj Mahal?
No.
That's when the government should step in, is if, like you as a homeowner decided, I want to build the Taj Mahal in my backyard. Then maybe that should be a problem. But a dumb little cabana?
Yeah.
If you supposedly own your own house, just build your cabana. Why does the local government have to get involved?
It's all pre-built. They just truck it in on a flatbed and dump it in your yard, and then it's got to be hooked up to electric and plumbing, so that's why it takes a permit.
Right.
Because they got to run, electricity and plumbing to it, so then an inspector's got to come and look at it. It's just, there's all kinds of things that go on where you would think, this is my property. I should be able to just build something in the backyard. Or I should be able to dig a hole and fill it with water and swim in it, But you really don't own your own house. You don't have the freedom to do really anything. And there's plenty of ways that the bureaucracy is making money off of you. With these permits and stuff, you know what they cost? Who the hell thought that up? What public thought that was a good idea? What representative of the people initially went and said, we want people to come to your house and look at things, and you will pay money for it? I am representing the people, and the people have spoken, and they want, whenever they do something at their house, they have been clamoring for somebody to come over to look around, and they want to hand them money. I've spoken to my constituency. This is what they want. No one wanted that. Who are you representing? 99% of the things we have to deal with in this country as Americans, I doubt we wanted.
Yeah.
But the representatives of the people said that we wanted it. What happened? Where did we go wrong? I don't want that. Who's representing me?
We're heading toward another revolution. That's the only way America's going to survive. We got to break this whole thing down.
That's true. Sometimes you need a little bloodletting.
Because I was telling Anthony in the office today, I'm like, how does the regular Joe even live in this day and age? Because they had another story about gas prices. They're going to tap out. The national average is going to go up to $4.15. That is insane. And then they were talking about how they're raising the prices of airline tickets again. And I looked at Anthony. I'm like, I'm one of 7 kids. You can't have 7 kids in this day and age.
No.
How do people like live?
No, responsible people can't have 7 kids in this day and age.
Look, man,
people that actually think about it and think responsibly about children, they don't have 7 kids.
Look, you know what? My mom openly admitted that she didn't want to have 7 kids. She blamed the Catholic Church.
Really?
Yeah, they don't believe in the old condoms.
Contraception?
So you had to kind of like figure it out on your own.
Good luck.
You had to do math and stuff. And set up charts.
The rhythm method?
You had to set up charts and
doesn't work.
And do math equations.
You got to just roll the dice.
Well,
here we go, and yeah.
I think that's what Daddy was doing.
Rolling the dice.
Oh, boy, was he. So, I don't know. It's crazy. I think something's got to give, though. Something's got to give in this country. I think it needs to be broken down again.
Yeah, it's gotten way out of hand. we really don't have the freedom to do anything.
No. I live in a condo. I want to do some renovations. I had to get $1 million insurance policies just to get walls painted. And new doors put in. Just basic stuff. $1 million policies.
Yeah.
And then I want outdoor space, so I want to break out some of the windows and just start building outwards
on the building, like a tree fort.
Hell,
you know how a tree fort, and you just build an extension of it to the next tree.
Right?
Is that what you want to do? Build something over?
Yes. Look, they say I own my condo, and I want outdoor space.
You can't break a window out and build a platform out there. Just hanging off the side of a building.
I want to be the first one in New York to attempt that, though.
Oh, would that be hysterical?
Take a sledgehammer to my big windows and then just start, attempting to make outdoor space. How long would it last?
How long before somebody comes in? You're welding huge beams off the side of your house and then platforms. Just building a giant, bigger than your apartment now.
Yes.
On the outside of the building.
Yeah, why not? I own it.
Or you take the window out and you put a bunch of boards, like say sticking 10 feet out, and you weigh them down in your apartment with very heavy bricks.
Right? Oh God!
And then you just go stand outside and you toast people through their own windows.
Yeah, then I want to just do some sunbathing. No, and I don't need any of that safety crap. I'm not putting rails up or anything.
No, you're just gonna walk out on some 2x6s.
Yes. Yeah, hang your feet over the edge.
Held down with bricks.
I want to use tree fort technology. Why not?
Engineering.
I never grew up anyway. I want some kind of tree fort thing sticking out of my apartment.
As a kid, you kind of learned engineering. It was sort of one of those things, either a hit or miss. You'd build a tree fort, and sometimes it'd come tumbling down.
The technology was called, I think this will work.
Yeah.
I think this will work.
I need to put a brace on the tree, on a couple of trees, and then put some plywood between. And you do that and realize the plywood's sagging. So you go, I need another beam in the middle.
Yeah.
All right, now it's kind of twisting. Okay, I need a couple of things in a V shape holding up the beams on the tree. And then you kind of learn, trial and error.
Right.
From your friends falling down with a bunch of lumber with nails in it.
We never built a tree fort, but we tried to build a fort house for our gang when I was younger.
For your gang?
Yeah.
What was the name of your gang, Jimmy?
I don't want to talk about it. But
no, I think we need to hear the name of your gang.
The Lords.
Oh, somebody remembered.
Yeah, you said that before. I just wanted you to say it again.
That is the dumbest, gayest thing I've ever heard.
Did you have colors and stuff?
No, we didn't get that far. We had,
the Lords?
Yeah, 4 of us were going to be
what the hell? What was this, 1955?
The Lords of Douche.
Hey, we're the Lords.
Hey.
Me and my friend said we'll go buy we suckered the other two into doing the work while me and Frank went to buy the letters, like the L, the O, to put on the front. Listen, people knew it was our turf.
You suck. So you built a fort?
I don't think it got that far. I don't know what happened.
All you did was buy the letters to put on this fort that you never built?
Yeah.
Kids are so half-assed.
The gang wasn't going to happen, so, we offered to sell the letters to anyone else who might want to call themselves the Lords.
The Lords.
We went to the church. They weren't interested. There's only one. Beat it. Take that S with you.
Lords.
Hey, Michael in Chicago. I can't get to all these phones, but I just want to run through what they're saying here. Michael in Chicago writes, if you tax the rich too much, working class becomes unemployed. Carl in Long Island, need a deck permit just to change the type of wood on my deck.
Yeah, how about that? Nice, right?
Al in Mastic, which is an S-hole, by the way, Al. I had to get $4,000 worth of permits just to put an 18 by 25 extension on my house.
It doubles the size of the house in that dump.
And then we got this from Gabe in Kansas City. Gabe?
Yeah, guys.
What's up, Gabe?
Not much. Hey, the newest Rolling Stone magazine had an interview with Dana White, the president of UFC, and he had much the same problem. He built this big, nice rock and swimming pool in the back of his house, and he got sued by his neighbors to tear it down. And so he is planning. They're charging him $2,000 a month in fines for not tearing it down, and he told them he's going to keep paying that forever.
He'll just keep paying it.
You know what? That's a way around it. If you got the money, screw them. Pay the fine to get what you want.
It's so weird with these, like, because we lived in a house in North Brunswick, and like there's a balance. It's like they have that stuff just so your neighbors can't put up some abomination that's dangerous or an eyesore. But it's like like everything else, they just overextend and they become extortionists.
But it's the government stepping in also instead of, I don't know, I think in a community, if a neighbor decides to put up an abomination, then the rest of the community can get together and perhaps have a chat with him. Keep the government out of it.
Yeah, but the chat you're talking about, look, it's going to be bricks through the window.
I'm talking beatdown, yeah.
Of course.
That's what I'm talking about. A nice beatdown.
It's going to be a bunt cake. Could you please tear down that thing you built? Oh, sorry. Sure, I'll just waste all the money.
But if you're doing things that, are home improvement, entertainment, stuff like that for your house, why the hell does the government have to be involved in every facet of it and have it cost you money that you have to pay to these people just to do what you're supposed to be able to do on your property?
Jim makes a good point, though. They meant well, but now they want to, then they realize it's a moneymaker.
Yep.
So let's get money from everybody that's building a deck out there, even though the deck isn't an eyesore.
Yeah. I had to have my pool has to be 20 feet away from any property line.
Yeah, what is that about?
Why?
What is that
It's my
about?
property. Why can't I have it right up to the fence if I wanted it right up to the fence? 20
What's the logic in that?
I'd love to know what the logic in that is.
In case it leaks, maybe it doesn't.
No,
that's going to be a kid
for
thing.
that. There has to be a sump. They had to dig a friggin' dry well in my yard before the pool went in.
And let's not forget,
just in case something happens, the water goes into the dry well instead of into people's yards and things like that. They took care of that. Why in God's name does it have to be 20 feet away from my property line?
Here's the other thing. Why do you have to have a fence around your pool if it's on your property?
Well, that's to keep little toddlers out.
Yeah, but you don't have toddlers.
You
so
do have to have a fence.
That is a law, my friend. You have to have a fence around your pool.
So a neighbor's kid can't come stumbling into your pool.
But that's the neighbor's problem, not yours. If they're going to want,
you got to fish it out before the friends
really.
hop in.
That's Tommy Lee about that one.
Yeah. Oh, great. Hold on, honey. I'll hop in a minute.
Yeah.
There's a problem here.
But it goes with the same thing we started this break with. It's your property. You should be able to do whatever the hell you want. And if you're paranoid that maybe the neighbor's kids are going to wander into your pool, then so be it. Maybe you decide then to put a fence around it. But it is on your property.
I liked having a fence. I mean, I like having a fence around my yard, and especially since the pool's going in. But for that, also, another permit, more inspections. It's got to be a certain amount off your property line. I mean, it's another thing that just they make you get permits for a fence.
What is that about? That isn't why.
It's about making money.
Oh no, I know, but they wouldn't
every
say that.
fence they get a little money.
Sure they do.
No, but I mean the pool 20 feet off. What's their logic?
I don't know what their logic is. I actually believe it's to keep people from putting pools in their yard. I really do.
I know. I read the study.
Oh.
Uh-oh. What? No, I'm serious.
Okay.
Kids, they know that kids could only walk 19 feet.
Oh,
at a time.
Okay.
You had
so they would stop.
You convinced me.
Why 20 feet? I mean,
I don't know.
That's so stupid. All right, we do have to take a break. We could continue with this after.
It's called the Lou Costello clause.
Oof.
Oh yeah, he had a rough one. His son, or his child, or his kid drowned.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Then my son's in the pool. Hey, I'm bad.
Abbott and Costello meet the sad relatives.
Holy mackerel. Holy mackerel. Very good, Jim.
Who's in the pool, Lou? What's in the pool?
So she says, where is he? I says, I don't know.
Abbott! He's in the... Spit it out, Lou. Oh, God.
The Susquehanna Swimmies Company.
Oh, boy. After the break.
Who's in the pool? What's in the pool? I don't know who's in the pool.
After the break. we give you a little more info on this.
Good evening, I'm Ken Bastida. Dana is off tonight. He was murdered and then set on fire while celebrating his birthday.
Opie and Anthony. It's the Opie and Anthony Show. Travis, come in here.
Oh, boy.
Travis just gave us a quickie.
Headphones.
Hopefully not.
Sitting down. I've just got a mouthful of food.
Yeah, I'm eating my chicken biscuit.
Chicken biscuit?
It's chicken biscuit day back in the office.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, we all got McDonald's chicken biscuit.
Oh, they have days.
Aw.
Oh, they're delicious.
This is hot off the wire. What do you got here about Ken Griffey's 600th home run ball?
Well, the guy that apparently caught it was a Marlins season ticket holder, and he brought with him I don't think he brought it with him. The story says it's a batting practice ball, but he had a batting practice ball in his pocket. So when he caught Griffey's home run ball, he dropped the batting practice ball onto the ground, and everyone else around him sees this ball on the ground, and they all go for that ball, and he walks up the aisle with Ken Griffey Jr.'s home run ball on the stage. Because, there's a mad dash for these balls because it's worth tens of thousands of dollars.
You have to be insane to go after one of these home run balls that means something. You've seen it, right? They just pile on you. You're lucky they don't, suffocate you.
Try to grab it out of your hands.
So this guy drops one ball, and everyone goes for that, thinking that's the home run ball, and he gets to walk away without being suffocated.
Pretty smart.
Yeah.
That's very smart.
And it's easy to authenticate it because every time Ken Griffey Jr. would come to bat, the umpire replaces regular balls with, a ball that has like a little insignia on it.
Something.
So that it's easy to tell. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's no shenanigans.
Yeah, I just thought that guy was really smart.
All right, thank you, Travis.
You're welcome.
We lost the guy. That sucks. We were talking about permits, and he couldn't wait around through the break. He said, had to get permission from all my neighbors within 200 feet to get pool in my backyard.
Within 200 feet?
He lives in one of those hoity-toity towns in Jersey. And that's
Newark?
And that's the local Newark.
Why?
And that's the local law down there.
Why so much? Why so much?
I bet you have to promise to let them come over and take a dip before they say yes.
I just invite him over a party.
Let's go to Chad in Pennsylvania. Chad.
Morning, guys. How you doing?
Good.
Hey, my parents have a tree at the end of their driveway that's damaging the driveway with the roots. They have to get permission from the Township Planning Commission to cut the tree down and dig up the roots.
Yeah, you need permission to cut trees down, to do it like...
But I thought you owned your own house. What?
No.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
It's just, the red tape is just getting out of control. Let's say hi to Marcus. Marcus, what's going on?
Hey, morning, guys. How are you?
Good, man. Hi.
Hey, it gets worse. The real reason why you have to get permits is so they can come out and do inspections and then reassess your house. Now your house is worth more. Now they tax you more.
Well, that's true, too. Yeah, they want to know everything that's going on there so they could rape you more on the taxes.
Good point.
Ugh.
That's the real reason behind it.
Isn't that wonderful?
It's great. Watch it out, fellas. Have a good one.
And I had my security people come over yesterday, too.
Why?
Security. Had them come over.
For what reason?
Let's just say maybe some cameras might be going up.
Oh, my God.
Are they in the bathroom? Toilet cams?
24-hour toilet cams?
Yeah.
So some cameras might be going up where I'll be able to look at my entire property
on the
from either the internet, from here at work, from my bedroom, television, anywhere. Just be able to punch it up and look at all the screens. I want that, scanners.
That's healthy.
What?
Right, Jimmy?
Yeah.
Little remote control ones that can move around,
of course.
Looking all over the yard. I wanted to look at the pool, make sure no shenanigans going on there. All my gates, all the doors, the entrance ways, the basement window things. I need all those monitored.
Why don't you just have one on the roof and point it at space in case some spacemen try to land?
I've been thinking about that problem, and I'm still trying to sort out how to handle that. a UFO.
Why don't you just build 200 feet fences so that no one can get in?
Giant 200-foot fences.
Yes, you hire
That's a good idea.
a couple security guards to stand at. There's a little hole where your truck drives through, and there's a little hole where you walk through, and you hire 4 guards on each one of those holes, and they have to check ID.
I like it. I like that idea.
After the cameras are installed, are you going to like stop carrying a gun in your home?
Why would I? What if I see somebody on the camera?
Well, then you have time to get the gun.
Why wouldn't I just have it? It's a lot easier. It's on your hip.
Why don't you just always be by the front door? Like, in case a man comes, you should sleep down there with your head by the front door, so if someone comes in the back, you can open and bolt. Open bolt, right?
Yeah.
It's not healthy.
No. Let's say hi to Stryker. Stryker, what's up?
Morning, boys.
Stryker.
My boss gave me a shed when he moved. He gave me his old shed. I had to pull a permit from the city to install it, and the permit was based on what the shed would cost brand new. I told him, I said, it's not costing me anything. I said, it doesn't matter. I had to buy a $500 permit for a free shed.
Wouldn't that be more than the shed itself?
Yeah, basically.
God,
what the hell are they doing?
Yeah, they're raping everybody.
Who allowed this to happen?
Well, obviously we did. We wanted it.
Yep.
How did we? What?
Ask anyone. They'll tell you this is what I wanted my representative to go to and actually pass legislation on this.
Well, no one's ever thought of that before. That's the problem. They got you. Because no one's ever said, you're not going to go around and get something signed and go, look, we need free sheds. This is no taxation on free sheds. No one would sign that. They'd say, get off my property.
You're an idiot.
We pay for our sheds, bub.
Yeah.
It only happens once in your lifetime you get a shed. I mean, what are we, sheddy people? We're shed obsessed in this country.
Let's go.
Hats with sheds on them. Let's go.
We do love our sheds.
Get your free shed and live in it.
Good morning to Syracuse. We say hi to Mark. Mark, what's up?
Hey guys, what's going on?
Hey.
I just had an interesting, little thing about my uncle. He lived out in Webster. It's kind of a suburb of Rochester, real hoity-toity kind of area.
Sure.
I don't know if you guys are familiar with the area, but he lived in this neighborhood. They wouldn't let him have a basketball hoop, not even one that he could roll away and put in his garage. They wouldn't let him have a motorcycle. He had to sell his motorcycle if he wanted to live in this neighborhood. And they wouldn't let him have an in-ground pool. And if he wanted to have an above-ground pool, he had to get permission from, the neighborhood overseeing council of whoever they were.
Yeah, I'm sure they're easy to deal with.
Yeah, man, it was...
Yeah, because they don't enjoy their power that's given to them.
I like the basketball thing idea and also the motorcycle. Nobody wants the vroom vroom of a motorcycle while you're trying to be a gentleman.
Yeah.
Trying to relax in your lawn chair.
It wasn't a Harley. It was, just a little street bike that didn't make a whole lot of racket anyway.
I don't care what it was. Hire someone to pull you in a rickshaw like a real rich person. And that basketball court, you ever watch the NBA? You don't want that in your neighborhood.
I've seen that done before, and it just takes too long. Hey, have a good day, guys.
Bye.
There's we're trying to move on, but these stories are just getting better and better. John in Jersey, what's going on?
What's up, my boy?
Hey, John.
Hey.
So, I can confirm that guy's story. 200 feet, when I wanted to put a pool in, you had to get permission 200 feet around from all my neighbors to make sure that it was okay with everyone around there. Plus, we had a 7-foot rule, because I guess we're not as fancy as Anthony, don't have that much property. 7 feet from your fence line, because the answer was a kid can climb the fence and jump into your pool from that point.
I'd like to see a 20-foot jump from a 6-foot fence.
Yeah, no kidding.
A kid needs to be in the Olympics.
Guys, I have my divorce papers in my hand. Would you like to play my wedding song for me?
Yeah, what's your wedding song?
What was it?
It was From This Moment, the Shania Twain song. Sorry.
Whoa.
Shania Twain, From This Moment was your...
Forgot where I was on.
All right.
And you have your divorce papers in your hands?
In my hand. I'm getting ready to deliver them later today.
Well, here's the wedding song.
Here it is.
Thank you.
We love doing this every so often.
Where did it all go wrong as you listen to your wedding song? You go back in time and you guys are doing your first dance to this song, looking lovingly into each other's eyes. Fast forward, what happened?
I guess it was when she wanted to start sleeping with other men.
Yeah, that'll do it. Listen to this song.
Yeah.
Guys, she looked so fat on that day. It was beautiful.
She looked so fat?
Yeah.
Wow.
She had the surgery, too. You know what?
What?
I think that the lap band surgery, whatever the heck it was, and it kind of just, I don't know, loosened everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it just was a mess. Absolute mess.
Yeah, but she was getting other guys.
Yeah.
All right, good luck to you with that divorce
Thanks,
there. All right, Johnny. Let me go to this one, and then we'll try to move on. Jim in Jersey, what's going on?
Yeah, I had a pool house / shed. It was like one half was a shed, one half was a pool house. A storm came through, knocked it down. I mean, it just blew it apart. I ended up getting fined for not getting a demolition permit. I told him, I was like, gee, what did I have to apply for a storm?
Wait, so you have to get a permit to put up a shed, and now you have to get a permit to knock it down?
You have to get a permit to demolish the old one, and you have to get a permit to put the new one up, and it can be no bigger than the one you're replacing.
Well, you know what it is? Look, again, there's got to be a balance because neighbors are creeps, so you have to find some kind of a way in a community to keep your neighbors in check. Like, there's a balance between their right as property owners and your right just to relax in your own yard without having some animal and his 40 friends building a giant shed at all hours of the night.
My neighbor is 400 pounds and swims naked. I could care less.
All right, sir, so you drill a hole in your fence. You know? Who wouldn't?
Later, guys.
Hey, got it, just for the goof.
Yeah, fire harpoons at him.
Sure.
Yell piggy, piggy. I wonder where it's coming from.
Let's go to Jennifer in Jersey. Jennifer.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning, Jennifer.
You are talking to a newly divorced person.
Newly divorced person. Look at the excitement in her voice.
Yes, as of yesterday, and to turn the tables, I had to give him a check.
Really? That's rare.
Good. A girl named Jennifer having to give a check to the guy. Good.
There you go. There you go, Ed.
So, what was your wedding song?
Moon dance.
Moon dance.
It's a lovely night for a moon dance. That one.
There you go. There you go.
And
Van Morrison, yeah.
And where did it all go wrong?
I think when he lost his first job.
Lost his first job. Wasn't able to support you.
No.
What did he do?
He was a physician of sorts.
A what?
Doctor?
Oh, well, you know what, miss?
Uh-oh.
You have to go out there and do it yourself. It's like my hero, Helen Reddy, says. You know, you're a woman, and you should...
she's sort of doing that, Jimmy.
You're her roar?
She's got to pay him. This is a rare case here.
There you go.
All right. Thank you, Jennifer. Good luck to you. Let's say hi to Eric. Eric.
Yeah, this is Eric. I'm out in Morris County, and when we were looking at houses, if you go into one of these places like, Farmstead Center, spelled CENTRE,
yeah.
They give you a list of what plants you can put, like azaleas are out, but, something else is in. It was crazy. And those are the same places, too, that you heard all that nonsense about no American flags on the front of your house.
Yeah.
It's these homeowner associations. And I told my wife, no way, if there's any covenant or homeowner association. So we moved out into horse country, no neighbors, and I can do whatever I want here.
There are towns that won't allow you to put an American flag up?
Yeah.
Oh, It's not.
What's that about?
It's like these things like Heritage Village 4, and if you buy on that house, you also buy, into the homeowner association, and in addition to getting billed for cutting the grass medians and stuff, that's like 800 times what it really costs. They also have lists of flowers, lists of bushes, lists of fence-approved contractors. You can't go out and hire Joe's Fence.
They're strangling us. They're strangling us.
Well, we need that. We are a country of weak dummies. So we kind of need other people to hold our hands and lead us. Cause we don't like original thought, and we're annoying.
Well, there are a lot of sheep in society, and they like, I guess, huddling in the cocoon and being kept safe.
I just hope I'm alive when this whole thing completely breaks down. What is it going to officially be? What's the one thing that's going to happen where people go, enough? We have to do something.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, when it becomes pay your property taxes or buy food, then you're going to see some interesting stuff. And
Yep.
I'm as well armed as Anthony, so I'm ready.
You're ready. All right, thank you, sir.
But you won't see anything interesting because if there's no problems with $4 worth for a gallon of gas, it's like you're not going to see a rebellion. It's not going to happen.
Well, they keep testing you though. Oh, hey, look, they're paying $4 a gallon. Let's make it $4.15.
Yeah, how is that going to end? This whole gas thing. I mean,
They said it's going to tap out at $4.15 national average.
You think?
That's what they're saying this morning. I'm sure that'll change.
If the AFFS has not actually started the rebellion yet, they're not going to. Everybody knows that.
Oh, really? The AF what?
Americans for Free Sheds.
We do love our sheds.
Hey,
free sheds.
Speaking of gas prices, we got people that are trying to save gas and getting the most out of their gas. Listen to this that Danny found.
We have reported on the ways people are trying to beat the cost of gasoline, from tinkering with their cars to buying smaller ones. Tonight, a group of people who call themselves hypermilers. They are...
Jimmy, are you a hypermiler?
I was approached about hypermiling, and I felt that there was something kind of humiliating about it.
Yeah.
Not to me, but to those that were subjected to watching hypermiling.
Yeah.
I'll elaborate more in a minute.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Hypermilers. They are driven, if you'll excuse the expression.
I won't excuse it.
They're driven.
They are driven.
Because, it's a gas story.
Oh, that's
Shut
nice.
up. You make $10 million a year, and you're doing that.
They are driven, if you'll excuse the expression, to see how many miles they can get out of a gallon of gas. Our Bill Weir has his eye on the gas gauge.
Bill Weir.
Ride with the hypermilers to see how they do it.
Take a spin with John Flory, and you'll notice a certain...
And you're going to want to punch him in the head.
Flory.
I can only imagine what John Flory's doing.
I'm John Flory.
That's right.
And I'm hypermiling.
Wait, is
Strap in for some hypermiling.
Is that when they go really slowly?
Dude,
is
wait
that
till you hear
that
what
is?
this is about.
I think it's a bunch of things that they do to save as much gas as they can.
So they could get maybe an extra 5 miles
Yeah, they
for a
just
tank of gas.
eke it out.
How much?
And it's a big hassle.
Oh.
To see how they do it.
Take a spin with John Flory, and you'll notice a certain focus.
Beautiful neighborhood. It's beautiful downhill, too. Yeah. Forget the houses. You love the hill. Right. Well, I think of downhills are kind of like road candy. It's like, here's some miles per gallon for you.
All right, ass. If you go downhill somewhere, you're going to have to go up to get back to where you were. There's no way around it. If you went downhill, you will have to go back uphill.
So if you're saving gas by going downhill, you're not going to be saving in the end.
Can you go downhill and then find another way home that's also downhill?
Yes.
Okay. It's called perpetual motion.
I'm a hypermiler.
Oh, you're a hypermiler.
We got one in studio.
I've started Ted's Hypermiling Club.
Ted again.
We live at the top of a mountain, and we built an elevator inside of it, which carries our cars back up. Everything's on the hill on the way down.
Ted's an ass.
We hate Ted.
Ted's a hypermiler.
You want to hear more about hypermiling?
Of course.
This guy must be a real treat at parties.
Oh, he's a hoot. He talks about hypermiling all the time. I'm a hypermiler. Really? I'm going to go get a drink. Shut up.
While you're doing rails off, fake boobies, this guy's talking about hypermiling at the party.
Right.
And ruining your buzz.
Among fellow hypermilers, he is known as Lightfoot, and like the rest of them, he is obsessed with higher pressure and wind drag, controlled starts, and rolling stops.
Do you ever run the air conditioning? Yes, only on downhills.
His Honda Hybrid is supposed to get 66 miles per gallon. He wants to double it.
I've managed 103.6. That's the best I've ever done so far. But now I think
He knows that it's 0.6.
0.6.
What a nerd.
You know what would really help this hypermiling is he was going slowly downhill, enjoying some rare AC. and a man who barely speaks English, who's had way too much to drink, yet happens to have access to a garbage truck, plows through a red light like there's not even a skid mark. And then he gets 103 miles to the gallon on the grill of that guy's truck. He never has to pay for gas again because his limbs are all over. And he would have lived had he just been stepping on the gas.
That's right. He's a hypermiler.
I hate this guy's guts.
Done praying? A break?
Yeah, we're getting a bit,
well, you know what? F the advertisers.
Yeah. Wow. I want to say that. I love our advertisers.
All right, we'll continue with hypermiling after the break. See, that's what I do. Get a couple more tracks from this this rare treat. Huh?
Tease it, yeah.
Yeah, we'll tease it. And we will give you a little more info on this finally after the break.
Good evening, I'm Ken Bastida. Dana is off tonight. He was murdered and then set on fire while celebrating his birthday.
Opie and Anthony. It was 10 cents cheaper.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's not worth it, Mom. Just up the street. Less hassle.
Yeah, there's equity in convenience.
Yes, that's what I'm getting at.
If you're driving out of your way to save a couple of cents on gas or milk, whatever it is.
My dad was obsessed with cheap gas. And, late in his life, that's all we talked about, where the cheap gas was.
Really?
And I would go, but Dad, that's in Kings Park. You know how much gas you're going to, use just getting there to get your cheap gas?
Especially when gas was cheap, It really wasn't worth an extra penny.
Yeah.
What are you saving?
To 100. What did he say?
He wants to double it.
Wait, I got to hear that track again. It's short. The Hypermiler. This is where we were before the break.
Among fellow hypermilers, he is known as Lightfoot, and like the rest of them, he is obsessed with higher pressure and wind drag, controlled starts, and rolling stops.
Do you ever run the air conditioning?
Yes, only on downhills.
His Honda Hybrid is supposed to get 66 miles per gallon. He wants to double it.
I've managed 103.6. That's the best I've ever done so far. But now I think I can do better.
The first step, get a mile per gallon gauge. It plugs into any model built after 96 and lets you monitor your efficiency, starting with how long you idle.
If you think you're going to be stopped for more than about 10 seconds, it's best to shut off the engine. You'll save some gas right there.
It doesn't use more gas to start up.
Modern fuel-injected cars don't use much gas to get them started.
I'd rather get 12 miles to the gallon.
He shuts it off if he's going to be stopped for 10 seconds. This is too much thinking, also.
And too much stress.
Too much stress, too much thinking. Am I going to be stopped for more than 10 seconds?
I'm not
I
sure.
got to shut my car off.
Oh, my God, it's more than 10 seconds!
Uh-oh. I'd love for this idiot to shut his car off at a light and then go to start it and just have it go. And people beeping at him.
Know how much gas that's using up?
Oh, yeah.
Trying to restart your car.
I'd like him to have that happen in the same intersection where Reginald Denny had a toilet on top of his head.
Jimmy, just rip it off.
Oh, that hurts.
Jimmy's been attempting to slowly pull off one of those breathe right strips.
Those things are really sticky, huh?
Well, what happened was, if we have to talk about the breathe right strip, guys, I have got a story for you. I taped Fox Red Eye last night, so they put makeup on you. So when I go home, I take witch hazel to wipe the makeup off.
Witch hazel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who uses witch hazel?
Old ladies and Jim Norton.
It's 2008.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Witch hazel.
All the hot kids
I
are
need
using it.
some witch hazel.
Well, that takes the makeup off nicely. But that makes your face so, like, completely clean that, or whatever, that a breathe right strip really sticks to it.
Very dry, no grease. No Earl on your face.
In high school, I was known as the nose grease kid. All right.
Here's the last track on the Hypermiler. Listen to what else he does.
Among the other techniques to help you save, in stop-and-go traffic, leave a big space in front of you and keep rolling. Try to park nose out so you don't have to back up to exit the space.
Why?
And slow down. Staying to the right and sticking to the speed limit can help you beat speeders by more than $1 a gallon.
I'll do 45 to 50, and people can just deal with it.
How often do you get honked at?
He drives what?
45 to 50, and people can just deal with it.
Wait. I also got a problem with his park nose out. That's so you don't have to back out of your parking space. How do you get into it?
You're backing
into the parking space, dummy. Oh, does this guy annoy me?
Either way, you gotta back.
You're going into reverse.
Right. Oh, I hate this guy. And then he's driving 45 miles an hour on a highway, and people just have to deal with it so he can save a penny?
Yeah.
Gallon.
I'll do 45 to 50, and people can just deal with it.
How often do you get honked at?
Occasionally, but I get about an equal number of thumbs ups and waves.
Really?
No, you don't.
People know what you're doing?
That's not a wave when it's that finger, stupid.
Yeah, he gets the wave, all
He
right.
thinks it's a fancy wave.
Give him the wave. Oh.
Look, I know gas is out of control, but, just siphon it from someone else's tank. And then you can go as fast as you want.
Yeah, who's giving a thumbs up to him for driving slow? Exactly.
No one.
AF?
No one.
Exactly.
I would actually put liquid plutonium in my gas tank before I would do anything this man suggests.
Doc Brown.
Huh?
Like Doc Brown. Back to the Future.
No. Another Back to the Future reference.
Liquid plutonium.
Hey, let's go to Charleston. Bill?
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Hey, if he talked to Kenny and told that, I think Kenny would tell him, there's only so many starts in the starter. What if you used them all up?
Yeah. Because Kenny refuses to use his windshield wipers.
Yeah, or his horn. He's the worst. This guy ought to get together with Kenny.
Yeah.
And Kenny can tell him how to get 40 years out of one horn. And this guy can tell him how to get X amount of miles. And they can just be an OCD couple of friends.
40 years.
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
Never
fantastic.
honk.
Yeah, Kenny
Don't honk.
He's the worst. Kenny is an old lady behind the wheel. Let me tell you something about Kenny. Get glasses at night. He's the worst night driver ever. Is that the exit? No, it's a birch tree. The exit's a quarter of a mile up.
He's that bad?
He's an old lady.
Yeah.
That's scary.
And he won't get. He has the awful glasses during the day. He won't go for the exam at night.
Oh.
So get night glasses, Kenny. What are you doing?
Unbelievable. So there you go. Hypermiling.
Yeah, well, good for him.
We all learned something today.
Did we?
Yeah.
I would love to be a passenger in his car and just go vroom, vroom a lot. Just vroom, vroom.
I'd reach with my foot. I would go over and just jam on the gas real hard and then step on the brake.
Or just
do things that really upset him.
If you picture up, just get in his car with a mop handle and just, push down the gas pedal every once in a while.
Stop it.
Oh, he'll go nuts.
Roll the window down and put your hand out with your palm facing forward.
Yeah.
The wind resistance.
You'll be great that you just sugar or sand his gas tank. So every dollar he saved for the last 6 years now has to be spent to get a new motor. There you go. Wiped right out. Clean slate, bucko.
Guy's trying to help out the environment and save some money, and we just goof on him.
No, he's not. He's OCD about it.
Yeah.
And he's being an obsessive chiseler.
Yeah.
And he wants to save every dollar, and I hate him for it.
Chiseler. What is that that's today? I know Stunt Brain said something about today being some kind of carbon blowout day. Or
Some ass came up with something called...
Carbon footprint?
What is it there, Stunt Brain? Hold on.
It's Carbon Belch Day.
Carbon Belch Day.
What's that mean?
I didn't know that was today.
One of the conservative groups that says global warming is not real because no temperature has gone up in the last 8 years wants us all to drive farther today, use more gas, try and create as much of a gigantic carbon footprint as we can to prove the other guy's wrong.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm on it.
Okay.
I'm on it.
You got Anthony recruited.
I drive like an idiot as far as saving gas goes. You know, you're supposed to take off slow from a light. You're supposed to start braking early, roll to the stop. That's how you're supposed to do it. I am go, stop.
Look,
go fast, stop fast.
I like to kind of use my money carefully.
Yeah.
But I can't be bothered with all that crap.
Be thrifty. I'll be thrifty somewhere else. With the gas prices the way they are, there's nothing you could do about it.
Right.
What are you truly going to save?
Let's finally explain this.
Good evening, I'm Ken Bastida. Dana is off tonight. He was murdered and then set on fire while celebrating his birthday.
I love that clip.
It's a great clip. It hasn't been doctored. Do we have the video up on onaradio.com? We probably will.
We will.
Basically, this guy's filling in for the regular news anchor, and the guy has the night off.
Yeah.
And then the guy's supposed to just go into the first story, but he never paused.
No, he didn't pause, so it sounds exactly like his fellow anchor was set on fire. And
Listen for where the pause should have been. Listen for the pause. There is none, but where it should be.
Good evening, I'm Ken Bastida. Dana is off tonight. He was murdered and then set on fire while celebrating his birthday.
Wow. That's so perfect.
See, this is how it should have been.
Good evening, I'm Ken Bastida. Dana is off tonight. He was murdered and then set on fire while celebrating
That still doesn't work with a pause.
No, it's the way he said it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Here's the longer version of the clip with the rest of the story.
Good evening, I'm Ken Bastida. Dana is off tonight. He was murdered and then set on fire while celebrating his birthday. The body of Jimmy Fresky was found by firefighters on Monroe Street and Tisch Way in San.
What they didn't tell you about this is that guy was a hypermiler. And,
Jimmy Fresky?
Yeah, and someone had it with Jimmy Fresky.
The sun just burned him because he was on the road for so long, going so slowly. He just combusted. Now, he was some kid who was having his birthday. I don't know how old he was. I don't know if Jimmy Fresky was very young. I saw a picture of him, but I don't know if he was a teenager or what he was.
Young Jimmy Fresky?
Yeah.
Poor Jimmy Fresky.
On his birthday.
And set on fire. It's like,
yeah.
Why?
How?
That's a horrible
That just
thing.
hurts.
Was it alive
How?
or to cover the crime up?
How long are you in pain when you're on fire?
Oh, dude, it looks horrible.
Is it a long time? Is it just long? Are you going like, could I just be done with this already? This really hurts.
I think you got to wait for the fire to burn through your nerve ending. So however long that takes, then I think gets a little better from that point on.
It's
like,
worse.
You got to pass out from the pain and then just, dude, that's got,
You ever read Richard Pryor's accounts of his burn?
No.
He was, it was a suicide attempt. He set himself on fire. And
was it a suicide attempt?
Oh, yeah.
Joe Jansen showed you that. He dumped, I think, liquor on himself. He tried. It wasn't an accidental explosion. And he was mostly his chest was very badly, and he was walking down the street just in a daze.
On fire.
No, yeah, he was smoldering. And someone told him to stop walking. He's like, I can't. If I stop, I'll die. And he just kept walking. And they finally got him. He was in shock. They got him to the hospital. And he said that they had to give you these, to prevent infection, they have to take these like really rough brushes. And inside a fresh burn, they have to clean with a scrub brush.
Yes.
He said that the agony is
I can't even
enough to make you pass.
Wow.
But there's people that have burns on like 75% of their bodies, and they have to use these, I don't know if they're wire brushes, but to keep infection out.
Oh. Whoa.
Ow.
What was Pryor's pain?
His mother was a prostitute. I mean,
I've read
his father was very, very abusive, very poor. His grandmother was a madam. I mean, he just grew up in this.
But he had a great life going for himself.
Didn't matter. He was self-destructive. I mean, he was a drug addict, alcoholic. I mean, Paul Mooney would probably, obviously, great Pryor. He loves talking about Pryor, man. But I don't know exactly what caused it, but I imagine it was that.
But Pryor's
Sexual
mom
abuse.
was a prostitute. I think you turned me on to the Richard Pryor book. I read one of them.
Yeah, there's so many of them. I
read one that was great. I don't know the name, but wow.
Prior Convictions and Other Life Sentences was the newest one that he wrote.
Just a little kid living in a whorehouse with his mom.
Yeah.
But how do you try to kill yourself like that, knowing that it's just going to hurt?
Because you have so much pain.
Oh.
Troubled guy.
Ow.
Very troubled.
That's a real suicide attempt, not this dopey pill taking crap.
Yeah. He's the real deal.
We get it. You need attention. I'll be at the hospital after my job. Ugh. Stupid pill-popping crap. If you're going to kill yourself, light yourself on fire and jump off the Brooklyn Bridge and hope the fire goes out before it kills you.
Real, imagine that one.
Make it interesting.
You'd be going, oh, please hit the water. It can't be soon enough.
Did you hear who tried to kill themselves? They took a whole bottle of Tylenol. Did they? Shut up.
Tylenol.
We get it. You need more attention from me. Go away.
That's funny.
It's so hack. No one is really killing themselves when they do the bottle of aspirin. I'm sorry.
You think they just?
And then they pick up the phone. All right. I'll be out of the movie in another half hour. I'll be right over.
I'll be there.
Oh, God.
Do you think it's just attention seeking?
Oh, I know people are going to be pissed at me, but yes. Yes.
You just sit there and don't have a headache.
Yes, I do, Jimmy. As soon as they do it, then they start calling all their loved ones. Now we have to deal with your crap. Thanks.
Do you think they're kind of thinking of how people will talk about it, like how tragic?
Yes. Then you're annoyed because you're like, you know what? I have a job interview tomorrow. I needed to get a good night's sleep. I'll be right over. Ugh. And make believe I care.
God, we should have appreciated him more, man. But he's okay. We're gonna.
Oh God, it's the worst. Not that I know anything about this. Oh, I hate attention-seeking asses. What happened?
Carlin rules. In his 1983 his Carnegie Hall show, he goes, an update on the comedian health sweepstakes. I currently lead Richard Pryor in heart attacks 2-1. But Richard still leads me 1-0 in burning yourself up. See, it happened like this. First, Richard had a heart attack, then I had a heart attack, and Richard burned himself up, and I said, F that, I'm having another heart attack.
Carlin does rule.
I bet Pryor loved that joke, too. That's great.
That's good.
What do you think about the whole suicide thing, Jimmy?
Depends on what it is. When I used to cut myself, it was attention. I was young. I was 18. I wasn't grown up, but 16 to 15.
I just think the people that really want to kill themselves, kill themselves. I mean, shotgun to their face, all that stuff.
Trained. They do
jumping off of buildings. That's the guys that really want to kill themselves. The pills and all that. That's just you're just looking for attention.
They do something that only an anomaly can stop. Like the gun doesn't fire, or you thought 15 stories was high enough, but you always kind of know people.
Look, when you put a shotgun in your mouth, you know that it's going to do the job.
Yeah. Hope so. Hey, was he the guy who survived?
Oh, yeah. Old no face.
Oh, boy, did he not look good.
Now deal with that.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I think he looks back like, God, I was just listening to a Judas Priest song. Why didn't I just tap my foot and enjoy it?
Hey, I know people have died, obviously, doing the pill thing. I do know that.
Well, of course.
Sure.
But I think they're taking, more than Tylenol.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Miss Selfish. I was going to go play golf in the morning. I guess I'm not. 90 degrees and sunny. I'll be in the waiting room at the hospital. Thumbs up.
Depends on what kind of demons someone's dealing with. Because a lot of people are just attention whores, and a lot of people are just really, they're just really hurt and they want to go. Very depressing. It all depends on the person.
By the way, the last 10 minutes was just my attempt at humor, so relax, Jolene. Hi, Jolene.
Hi, guys.
Hey.
Hi.
I don't mean to bust anyone's chops, but I'm
Language.
I'm listening to your stuff about the Tylenol overdose.
Yeah.
That's a real serious thing to overdose on. A lot of people don't realize it causes liver damage. Even after you take it, and once it gets into your system, it's irreversible, and a lot of people don't realize it. So.
Well.
But you're on the clock. You get your stomach pumped, No liver failure for you.
I'm sorry?
If you get your stomach pumped, he said there's no liver failure.
No, it gets into your system, and even though sometimes you start even doing better, and it's too late. I've seen people die.
Are you a nurse?
Yes, yeah.
All right, well, it can work, but I think Gregorio's point, and pretty accurate, was that a lot of people are using that because they think it's a safe way to get attention and get everybody's crying and hugs. without thinking of the other people.
I think the wrist slashing, too, is right up there.
Yeah, I agree.
Right up
There's a lot
there,
of
because
things- a lot-
you slit your wrist, and then you call someone, guess what I just did? I did!
Help me!
Oh, God, I'll be right over with a mop! Ugh! They're slowly bleeding in a bathtub. Thanks.
There's a lot of things you could take for attention, but don't have them take Tylenol at the bad.
Do you know I'm going to kill myself when I get home today? I've got a bunch of feathers, and I'm just going to smother myself.
Yeah. Look, if you're gonna slit something, like, you go right up here. There you go. You want to kill yourself? That's how you do it. The
jugular.
The wrist slashing, then you just sit there and watch, and well, we'll see who really loves me. Who's gonna come to the house first?
Who's showing up?
It's so dumb. Oh, I always knew my brother would be here first. He was always there for me. Billy, I always knew you loved me. Just hugging him and bleeding on him. Dude, come on, man. Just bought this shirt from the Gap. Ugh.
Unless they're one of those people that take the knife, and there's people that they dig it into their wrist and they cut up towards the elbow. Like
Hey, yo,
11
man.
inches.
Mad respect for that stuff.
Mad.
I'm serious. I'm all about that. Then you're like, okay, yeah, right on, man. You hate your life. Andy, New York, what's up?
Hey, guys, I'm a nurse in the ER, and we had a patient come in once, took like 10 Xanax. I went to the doctor. I said, Doc, the patient tried to hurt themselves. He said, no. The patient took 10 Xanax, jumps in front of a train, they're trying to hurt themselves.
Yes!
They take 10 Xanax, come to the ER, they're trying to hurt me.
Yeah.
Watch out, boys. Thanks.
I don't know his name, but when I was in high school, we lost one of my fellow students because he decided to just kind of sit on the tracks and let the Long Island Railroad take care of his life.
Ooh. Yeah, that'll do it.
He didn't call anyone, nothing.
But that's selfish, because then people, they got to wait.
He was late for
Hate
supper.
that.
He didn't come home the next day. And then all some people were like, whoa, hey, something might be up with this kid. Let's go to Megan in Jersey. Megan.
Wait, you start thinking of who will be at your funeral.
Hey.
Yeah.
Like how they'll cry for you.
Jimmy's in with me, man.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
You're in.
Yeah.
You're so in. I hate this.
You wonder how people are going to talk about your suicide. Like, how they're going to be like, dude, did you hear? But I actually had a really weird privilege. 'Cause I was a maudlin little douche when I was young. But when I was sober, I got a message. I overheard someone describing the suicide of somebody else. And it went right up on my answering machine. It was a guy I knew. And I heard it like from a third-party point of view.
Right.
And it wasn't as... Like, so a girl called me to tell me this guy we knew killed himself. But then she hung up but actually put me on third party without meaning to and called somebody else. So I heard her conversation with him. And she's like, yeah, Chris, committed suicide, jumped from a train. And it was like, that sucks. But it wasn't... But it wasn't like
And
what
this
I had
earth-shattering.
Like, it changed my view on it. It's like, it wasn't like, oh, my God. It was like,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
All right,
Is that shotgun guy?
I don't know.
Oh, he's a silly...
Oh, this is Raymond Belknap, I think you say his last name. Shot himself and lived after listening to Judas Priest from Steve.
Wow.
They got a job sitting in the balcony with the Muppets.
Yeah, I think I saw that guy on Broadway yesterday. Megan, Jersey. Linger.
Hey.
What's up, Megan?
Nothing. Okay, here's my viewpoint on it.
Yeah.
I just want you guys to listen. You guys are saying that it's like kind of sissy if you take pills or anything like that, but if you want to look at it that way, maybe they just want to die with dignity and they don't want to, like look disgusting or anything like that. Like, will you really want your family members remembering you with a hole in your head? Or
You know what? I personally think, and I'm no doctor, but if you're going to kill yourself, you don't give a crap how your family, finds you. They're going to be completely distraught because you killed yourself. What's the difference if there's a hole in the middle of your head?
Because if you care about what you look like, I think that it should matter.
Well, it also depends on
If you care that much, then you wouldn't kill yourself because you would save the family the grief.
Yeah, I guess.
It also depends on what you have access to. Some people don't have access to a gun. Like, if you want to kill yourself on pills and you mean to, you do.
Right.
It's very possible to do.
I mean, you'll use whatever you got, but if you don't got a gun, what are you supposed to do? If you don't live in a city with high buildings, what are you supposed to do?
Yeah, of course.
Well, that just takes balls. I can't even imagine, officially stepping off a ledge. Oh, my God.
Wow.
I get creeped out just, looking over ledges.
10,000 feet that guy jumped out of that plane.
I think you need the instantaneous.
Just do it.
Something.
How?
Instead of just the
Everything in your body is saying, don't jump, don't jump.
No, the jump is ridiculous because that's not instantaneous.
Right.
You're stepping off, and then you have a couple of seconds at least to think about the kersplat. You need something instant where it is. Yeah, a bullet in the head, one of those things where you're just gone. You're there, you're gone.
You go up to a high building, you stand on the ledge, maybe 25 stories, or on a balcony, and you sit on the edge of it, and you lean back just a bit, and you put a gun at your temple, and you blast, and you know you're going to fall off, and chances are the gunshot's going to kill you, and you're going to fall dead. But if you're alive, you will die when you hit the ground, so you might have an unpleasant whatever, but the whole thing's going to be over in 30 seconds regardless.
Imagine waking up in the hospital. Wow, it's a miracle, but you are in bad shape.
Yeah, see this bag on your hip?
You just got to sit there going, oh, I was listening to Pendulum from Foundry, and I shot myself.
It's weird that Jimmy just...
Get out of my way!
It's weird Jimmy just mentioned that because I think Disney's working on that exact ride.
Oh, wow, the shoot yourself in the head and fall off a building ride.
Backwards, yes.
There.
Let's go to Ron in Florida. Ron.
Hey, guys, this is Ron from Pensacola. What's up, Opie Ant?
Hey.
Hi.
Jimmy.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, like you, Anthony, I'm a concealed weapon permit holder, and I had this buddy who's trying to kill himself like 100 times on Xanax. And one day, I took all the bullets out of my 40, and I pulled it out of my pants, racked it back, dropped the slide, and said, if you're going to kill yourself, do it the right way. And I put it in front of him. Dude looked at me like I had like 9 heads or something.
Yeah,
really?
Because he was one of those guys that was just looking for the attention.
And needless to say, we're not friends anymore.
Look, this is very controversial. I understand that. And I understand people really do kill themselves because that's what their that's what their end game is. But
and we're not advocating suicide here on the Opie and Anthony
there's
show.
so many people that
Get help.
They have no intention of doing that.
Yeah.
But it just sounds cool. You know what I just trying to do? I just trying to kill myself. Why can't you be over here? Ugh.
Yep.
Do it like old Brooks. Do it like Brooks from Shawshank.
Shawshank. Oh, right.
I figured I'm not going to stay around.
Yeah.
Just kick that table out, watch his old man shoes shake for a little while.
Wow, the phones are lit. Wow. All right, we got some good phone calls coming in. Hey, E-Rock, can you play the first clip? We got a treat for everybody. Big A was a huge star for us yesterday, and we had him singing all sorts of songs. And here was his first attempt at singing Stand By Me. It's really quick.
And the land is dark.
See, that's the joke. He
really hit his cue there, didn't he?
See, for the music fans out there, I'm sure they're appreciating that. We got more of Big A trying to sing emotional songs after the break, and then we got Travis from Fort Bragg. He wants to admit to everybody that his wife's a cutter, and I think he's going to say that it just annoys the F out of him.
Cutter.
Some cutters, though, I got to say this. Some of them are really just feel like I've seen so many of them that do it like on the backs and stuff like that. Like it really is like just abuse memories, and there's some people that legitimately have horrendous states of mind and are just trying to hurt themselves more than get noticed.
So emo.
Know what I do to hurt myself? You know when you get that skin on the side of your nail? And you should, like, carefully,
Cuticle,
right?
Yeah.
What I do is I make sure I got a good grip, and then I rip as hard as I can. Sometimes
back toward your hand.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes I get
not forward.
Sometimes I get a long, thin red strip that goes from my pinky all the way down to my elbow.
Ow. Ow. God damn it.
You know what's worse?
And then I fill up the sink with alcohol, and then I just
dip.
And then I do a dip.
Lemon juice.
Right.
Just squirt lemon juice into it.
No, I put the lemon juice right in my eye.
You ever got to pull a toenail off and you think you got it because like there's a little bridge on it and you yank and it goes halfway down the toe and you expose all this pink soft toe? Ow!
That's one of my favorite things to do.
I know. I put pins in the soft toe tissue.
Well, know what I do? I kick the underside of couches after I do that.
I can't even listen to this. It's so painful.
How about this? I take construction paper and I pull down my shorts and guess where I give myself a paper cut.
I'm right there with you.
Right over the over the eye.
Right over the entrance.
Well, you take the corner of paper and you open your eyeball and you poke yourself in the eye with the corner.
Ow. Shut up. This hurts.
Did you paper cut your own eyeball?
I got a paper cut right here yesterday.
On your little finger, on the trigger finger too.
Yeah, I know.
Oh no.
Oh, boy.
That's bad. But I could not imagine your tongue or the corner of your mouth when they were doing that on Jackass.
Yeah.
Taking the manila envelope and the corner of their mouth, they were just going slice.
All right. Now you finally got me.
Ow.
Now you finally got me. I reached in.
Oh, I can't even do that. I can't even talk now.
No, it freaked me out the other day, and I just sounded like such a girl in front of my fiance. I was so embarrassed.
Why?
I reached into my toiletry bag, and I'm reaching around for something, and I just start slicing the crap out of my finger, almost to the point of stitches, because there was a razor in there. And what got me wasn't that I was slicing my finger. It was the sound it was making as it was cutting flesh that freaked me out.
Wait, why didn't you stop after the first one? What'd you pull you?
No, it was honest. I guess I just oversold that. But really, I just reached in and just slid across a brand new razor. And just this, it was the sound of the cutting of the skin that just, it just freaked me the F out.
I can't.
All right.
Yeah, take that with you.
This is what we do after the break. We got lots of suicide calls. We got the kid with the penis on his back that was born in China.
What?
Oh, yeah. Story of the day, my friend.
Oh, it's growing out of his back? Oh, okay. I thought it was just a common story.
Here's the picture.
No way.
Born with a, they're calling it a what?
Conjoined twin?
Yeah, exactly.
They called it an extra peen on his back.
He'll be a hit at the piggyback ride convention.
Convention?
Yeah, they do have that where everybody gets piggyback rides.
We're so late. Stumpbrain's going to kill us. The picture will be up on onaradio.com. And then also Big A singing after the break as well.
Yeah.
How cool is that? That's new Ozzy, right?
That's Black Rain's new album. That's I Don't Want to Stop.
I thought that was Pendulum. I thought that was
sounded a little bit
Foundry.
like Pendulum. I think Ozzy's ripping off Foundry, right?
He opened with this on his last tour. It was great.
Get out of my way.
Not a hint of you're obsessed with that, huh?
I love that song.
All right, get the hook of Pendulum for everybody.
I need Pendulum for my iPod.
I gotta admit, I'm not a huge Ozzy fan. I like Flying High Again, and the basic. I like to call it beginner Ozzy. Although Flying High Again's not beginner Ozzy, not a lot of rock radio plays that one. But
1981.
But listening to this, I'm thinking I might have to go check out some Ozzy.
Yeah.
There's no drop off whatsoever.
You should listen to a song called "I Just Want You" too.
Yeah,
great tune from the last few years. Yeah, it's one of his best songs ever.
You're checking out Opie and Anthony with Jim Norton, of course, and because I'm in a silly mood, I just want to say good morning to everybody out there that will not be celebrating Father's Day this weekend.
Oh, boy.
I'm with you.
This weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Well, I got Sal. Thank you. Ro, the kids are coming over. Anthony, Dawn, and Joseph.
So I'm not talking to you either. But, there's people out there, like myself, we don't have dear old dad around. And the advertising and the magazines and, what to get dad this Father's Day, it makes you a bit sad.
Gets you a little sad.
I just want to acknowledge the other folks out there that,
What, do you got to take a visit?
that have a free day this weekend.
Do you got to take a visit?
I told you.
And flowers. And,
I told you last year. I went to the graveyard, and it was just a line of cars.
Graveyard? Listen to you. Where are you, 1860? I went to Boot Hill.
But you
graveyard.
You don't realize until you're in that position. And man, the line of cars. I felt like I was waiting to get into Woodstock. It was just a one-lane road leading.
Shut down the thruway, man.
You have no idea how many people. That's their Father's Day.
Why don't they just do it the day before or after? It's not like they're gonna notice. Probably the day before.
Yeah.
Then you kind of, hey, tomorrow's Father's Day, but I don't want to have to sit in a crowd of people that are here visiting their dead dads, so I'll just place some flowers, and I'm on my way, and I'm sure you'll understand.
Yesterday I was watching Hacky TV, and they're like, confused what to get your Father's Day? Your father this Father's Day? I'm like, no, not confused. Flowers again.
Oh. Oh, God.
That's how I deal with it.
Yeah.
But there are other people out there, and I just want to acknowledge that particular demo right now. Maybe you could be a little more sensitive out there for the people that aren't going to be celebrating Father's Day.
Yeah.
Where were we before the break? Suicide. Love that. I told Anthony during the break, I've been wanting to do that break for a long time. The I need attention bit. Yuck. All right. We'll go back to that in a second. Actually, hold on a second. Josh, Montana, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, boys?
Hey.
Hey, Joe Rogan had a hilarious bit about offing himself in a public place after gorging on hamburgers and coffee.
Well, I'm going to have to check that out because I think Joe Rogan is one of the best comics in America.
He's very funny man.
What do you think of them apples?
Ooh.
Them are some good apples. Jim Norton's good comic, too.
His comedy, I'm going to give it, yes, Jimmy's new stuff especially is in the same vein as Joe Rogan and, dare I say, Bill Hicks there, Jimmy. You're laughing your ass off, but it also makes you think. I like that a lot. And the first time I saw Rogan, I'm like, Fear Factor guy is this deep? His comedy is amazing. Joe Rogan's comedy is amazing. Simple as that.
Yep.
Jimmy's comedy is simply amazing.
Well, it's like my bit on the Burger King. It's like, well, who gave this guy a crown? Make people think about royalty and stuff.
Certainly.
Also, I want to thank Stunt Brain because he turned me on to a Bill Hicks thing that I did not see until last night. What was it called? Sane Man?
I just gave it to Jimmy. I think it is called Sane Man. It is an older collection of clips, but there's some classic Bill stuff.
I'm watching this Bill Hicks thing last night going, the guy's been dead for, when did he die? Like 10 years ago? A little more now, right? 96 maybe? Something like that?
10 years, yeah.
And I'm watching this DVD of his stand-up, and I'm like, he could have done this last week. Except for the awful, 90s hairdo he's sporting.
Did he have a mullet, kind of?
Yeah, he had the mullet type of thing. But his stuff is just brilliant. Brilliant.
Yeah, I actually got to meet him.
Did he really?
Yeah, backstage at Governor's when he was playing with Adam.
Wow.
And, it was pretty cool. He's just kind of sitting in a corner. How you doing? Just kind of chilling.
Really?
In the corner of the dressing room, yeah.
Did he have the big C at that point?
I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure he did.
He was 32 when he died.
I know. Just ridiculous.
My friend used to date him. She was a comedian. This is before I knew her, she dated Hicks. And I think she actually went out to California or whatever, but he just flaked out on her. She moved her stuff out and then came back not long after.
Oh, really?
She had some weird relationship with him. Yeah, she had phone sex with him.
There's so many people I admire that I never got to meet.
94 he died, huh?
Or never saw in concert or on a comedy stage. Bill Hicks was one. Huge Nirvana fan, never saw them. Huge Alice in Chains fan, never saw them.
Not going to either.
I'm not going for the boo-hoo, you idiots.
Wait, who said that?
Lady Trucker.
Oh, she's
not
rough.
going for the boo.
Lady Trucker.
Dan the Trucker, what's going on?
Hey, man, I just wanted to call. This is the second time I called in. I appreciate you saying that, man. You're the first person I've ever heard say something about those that have lost their dads. Usually it's all about trying to sell something.
Yeah.
Or a restaurant, bring your dad to a restaurant for family.
That would be awkward.
Yeah, I was out on the road 3 weeks ago. My dad died 3 weeks ago, man. I couldn't get home in time. I was I was too far away from home.
Sorry to hear that, sir.
But he died while you're on the road. I mean, you might as well just take your time getting home. I love the people that have to be there immediately. It's like he's already,
Back off on the gas.
Right.
You're right, exactly. I called home and everybody said, hey, man, Dad would want you to be out there doing your thing. And I spent a lot of time with him. See, I was pretty lucky. I spent a lot of time with him when he was sick and stuff. So, I just kind of stood back and let everybody else, spend time with him and take care of business, and that's what I told everybody. I said, man, I spent a lot of time looking after him, man. Y'all going to have to take it from here, man. I can't make it back. So.
Right on.
But I appreciate you saying that, though, man. I never heard anybody ever say that on the radio, like you guys out there who don't have a father or mother.
Look, I had no clue until I lost my dad. I'm like, wow, they really ignore the people that have no dads.
Yeah.
I had a great relationship with my dad. I'm all right with it, but there's 2 days that just Father's Day and his birthday are just miserable days that just need to end. And everyone around me tries to do the right thing. I'm like, look, I don't. You could do. There's nothing you can do. The day just has to end, and then the next day I'll be back to being the weirdo I am, who's getting close to a nervous breakdown. Mike, what's going on?
Yeah, I just want to say, man, that was one of the nicest things you've ever said, and I really appreciate it. I just lost my dad, and I think it sucks, all the commercials they do, and I just want to tell you, thanks for saying that, man. I appreciate it.
All right.
Hey, look at that.
That's weird. It was just a
Didn't
quickie.
expect that.
Yeah. All right.
Might be an awkward time to mention some of the stuff I'm selling in relation to Father's Day.
Oh, yes, of course. Yes, James?
Yeah.
What do you got, Jimmy?
Just the setup.
I can only imagine.
I didn't follow through.
No products?
No, not at all.
You got your damn Mac here. Type away.
I know.
Funny man.
Clickety, clackety, clickety, click.
I should be pecking away on that bad boy.
Oh, the setup is great. I got really excited. All right, let's move on. We got this kid in China, a little baby in China, was reportedly born with an extra, they're calling it an extra peen on his back.
Is it a fully formed penis or is it just really?
Where's the picture? I didn't get one.
I got a black and white. It's really tough. It looks like an Aaron Neville mole, really.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it looks
That's
like
the one on the front.
It's on his back, right in the middle of his back, too, man. The baby was born to a farmer and his wife in China's Henan province. The Sun reports that the condition is called fetus in fetu. What does that mean?
Who the hell knows?
What,
Fetus and fetu.
What does that mean?
Fetu, like is fetu the second fetus? F-E number 2? Or F-E-T-U?
T-U.
F-E-T-U. He was taken to the hospital and the extra peen was removed. Thankfully, baby is fine after surgery and all is well.
It's probably a delicacy.
Yeah, no kidding. Why can't I wake up with an extra? Wow. Who wrote this story? This wasn't the AP. Why?
No, the Sun.
Oh, the Sun, of course. Why can't I wake up with an extra blank on my back? I mean, a permanent blank on my back? It would make life so much more interesting.
Why would you take that off? How great would that be?
Ugh. Get kicked in the back, though. You go, ow.
Well, you know what he's thinking when he looks like he's laying back in a lawn chair, but there's nothing behind him. He's just propped up in his seat. That's great. How fun is that?
Was it connected to anything? Could it work?
Yeah, I wonder if he could if he was able to could he relieve himself with it?
To use it.
Or is it just a formed penis on his back with no function?
Mm-hmm. That looks ridiculous.
Well, yeah, I didn't say he didn't look like a silly goose.
Oh, that is silly.
Can we never talk to it? Hey,
What the hell's going on in China? You don't get this stuff in America.
Because the odds are so rare, probably. There's like so many Chinese people that like they're going to get an anomaly faster because there's a billion of them.
I had one like that when I was a child, but it was my uncle's.
Yeah. We got Tom in White Plains from Is Tom Alive Friday.
Get out of my way!
Get out of my way!
Love that song. There it is.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah. Pendulum swinging back the other way.
You know what you should do for a goof? Give Ozzy these lyrics. Imagine Ozzy singing this song. He would make it rockin' song.
It's a pendulum.
That band Foundry. Whatever happened to them?
You know, Steve, I beat you up a lot.
One hit
I have
wonder.
no problem with that song. It's catchy to me. It's
Thank
catchy.
you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'd listen to that.
Would you?
Tom.
Yeah.
No.
Hey, Tom.
Second of it.
Yeah.
We got Tom in White Plains. How are you, Tom?
Not doing too good anymore. And I want to say you guys entertained me for quite a bit.
What's the matter?
I just was going to say goodbye.
What?
You know, things are getting a little harder.
What, the breathing and stuff?
Yeah. After this heat wave, I was just like, forget it.
What,
And,
it was the heat that got to you?
Heat, humidity.
Yeah, that'll really screw people up.
So what is it? You just like breathing. It's like having a weight on your chest, right?
It feels like I'm drowning.
All the time?
Yeah. So, you know, thanks. I enjoyed everything.
Well, Tom, what do you tell you're signing out? I mean, that's probably not the. What are you doing?
Why don't you, hang out for a little while longer?
Well, you know, my mind's made up. It's not that bad.
What did the doctor say to you recently?
One doctor said, I don't want to see you anymore. You're too much of a pain in the ass. Because I have too many complications. And I didn't get to the specialist because it's a hassle to get to the city. So, it's just, you know.
Well, what the hell are you implying here, Tom?
Well, you said we could do this on XM.
Do what?
Well, if you're talking about suicide, it's just a dumb radio goof, dude. I mean, nobody wants you to do that.
Yeah, I don't think we really want you to,
For real, we don't.
off yourself on the air. Jesus.
Well, I promised.
Well,
we didn't take it for real, man.
You can break a promise. When were you planning on doing this?
Well, I have a weapon loaded.
What?
Cock.
Oh, Jesus.
And it wouldn't take more than half pound of pressure. But I don't want to bring anybody down.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Jesus, Tom.
What about your family and stuff, man?
They're aware of it.
Did you write a note?
Yes, there's a note.
Like, what is it that's making it so unbearable that you can't just, like, hold off till tomorrow or give it a couple more days? I mean, it sounds...
Hold on for one more day.
I mean, the heat wave is broken. I mean, it sounds stupid, not like it's big consolation, but I mean, what's the immediacy or the need to do this now? It's stupid.
Well, it's not going to get better.
Yeah, but...
It doesn't sound like it's gotten a lot worse.
Oh, it actually has.
It has?
Oh,
Yeah.
boy. Did,
In what way?
Well, the joints, and I wake up every morning hacking up half a lung.
Oh. What does your note say?
I don't want pity.
What does your note say?
It says, hey, had a great run. My time is now. Have fun.
That's it?
That's it.
You need to punch that up a little.
Yeah, you might want to read some Walt Whitman.
Yeah.
Before.
Like,
Tom.
Yeah.
Tom, what are you doing, man? This is ridiculous.
Well.
Do you have insurance?
Do
you have insurance?
What's that?
Do you have insurance?
Yes, I do.
So they're taking care of your bills. I mean, what is it that you need? Even though I know it's obviously, a crappy condition you got, but what is it that you need that you're not getting?
like kind of like life.
Well, I mean, what do you not have friends? I mean, is it a woman? I mean, I know it's not silly, but what is it that life is too general?
It's you know, to do simple little things.
It's quality of life, I guess. Is
quality of life.
Yeah, pretty bad. What kind of weapon do you have there, Tom?
I have a choice. A Walter PPK or a Beretta 9mm.
Dude, why don't you do this?
I wouldn't use those.
Or an AR-15.
Why don't you? I mean, look. Why don't you just at least let us do something like have some kind of a get together with you or something like that? Like seriously, like in the studio, bring
a
chicken.
Get together.
Not a goodbye party, but just something to liven things up a little bit. This is just morbid. You don't want to do this. I mean, look, it's not.
No, that's morbid.
Can I have your guns?
Why don't you give Anthony your guns? He'll carry them around the house all day.
Yeah.
Well, one will probably be used as an evidence, but I'll put the other one away. And I'll will it to you, Anthony. I'll call my lawyer.
Why don't you hold off?
Of course, I don't want your gun.
Why don't you hold off and at least come into the studio?
No. There'll be guys with nets.
No. Yeah, Tom, I don't think this is a good idea.
Well, I'll give it some thought. But,
why don't you come into the studio? Not with the guns, obviously, but seriously, why don't you come in tomorrow, and we'll see what we can do to get a couple of broads down. And again, not as some morbid farewell thing, but just something to at least, have a good day and have a good, that's my idea of at least a good time. That shows you how shallow I am. But, I mean, why don't you just come down and hang a little bit?
You're as shallow as his breathing. Poor Tom. He can't breathe. Oh, that hurts to laugh.
Oh, God. Oh, that was funny.
Jesus. Tom, let us talk to you. Where do you live, Tom?
I live north in Westchester.
What road?
I'm not giving that one.
Tom, let's call some people for you.
No. I'll give it some thought.
All right.
I just want to say thanks. On either way, you guys have been great, and you're all really good people.
Why don't you say thanks in person, though? This is just kind of a stupid way to go out. I mean, you can't hold off for a couple of days. It's not like it's going to be 300 degrees tomorrow. I mean, why can't you hold off for a couple of days? There's no reason to not hold off. Nothing is that immediate.
No. I mean, I've been living with the pain and the breathing. So, I try to grin and bear it, so they say.
Well, how about this? Is there any way, like, we have a tremendous platform here that we have doctors that listen or whatever, anybody that knows anything that maybe you're not getting the enough stuff, like maybe because you have insurance and they're not giving you the proper treatment, maybe somebody who knows more could suggest something or recommend something that would make your quality of life a lot better.
Well, yeah.
I mean, we're putting the word out there. Don't be an idiot and do something stupid like that when all of a sudden we get a call tomorrow from somebody that said, there's this new experimental thing that actually works nicely.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to put any blame on you, so...
It's not about blame, dude. It's about why don't you just hold off?
Yeah, some people have gone through life with a lot more pain than even you're having, I'm sure. Imagine going through life with the last name of Tarbox. And she's still... alive. She hasn't tried to kill herself.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no laughing.
Don't make him laugh.
Oh, my God. That one lung.
For the people that are confused, Tom from White Plains, we got a call from him, I don't know, well over a year ago at this point. And his lungs are basically turning into cement slowly. And he told us that when it got really bad, he would kill himself.
So, why don't you...
So, I guess today he's saying he's going to kill himself, and now we're in this position. And we don't want you to kill yourself, Tom.
Yeah, why don't you come in, dude? Sir, for real. Why don't you come in tomorrow? And look, we're not going to kidnap you and make you not do something. You're an adult male. If you really are hell bent on doing this, there are coming days you can do it. I mean, there's no one saying that we're going to stop you forever, but at least come in and like. We have the word out there. Let's see if we get any responses from people in the medical community who know what they're doing. It could be you just might have seen some crappy doctors if your insurance isn't great, dude. That happens all the time in this country.
Well, I'll say there are some very crappy mental health doctors out there for depression. And I feel sorry for people who have, major mental illnesses like schizophrenic disorder or bipolar. There's morons out there.
You should just go to Afghanistan and look for bin Laden. Like, just grab your gun, go there, and then walk around and just start shooting people. So until you hit bin Laden.
I just got
to, kind of do something with your last few days.
I'm gonna need and actually do that.
Just trekking through the mountains would be a little rough for him, though.
He would get 3 or 4 steps in and
start hacking.
Have to take a rest.
Hey, man, do you know what a palliative medicine specialist is? I just got a text.
A what?
A palliative. I just got a text from Dr. Steve, who's a palliative medicine specialist, and he said that he could obviously have some suggestions for you. Or whatever, but dude, you're giving up a little too quick.
Hey, there's a few people on the phones. They're just dopes. They're like, what a effort. This is BS. The guy is the real deal. We brought him on stage in one of our virus shows, and wow, he's not in good shape.
Yeah, no, he's not looking for attention. He's really depressed, and he's really got a thing going on that he's had for a while. And I can't say I comprehend it.
We got Dr. John on the line with Tom from White Plains. Dr. John.
Hey, John.
The question is that AR-15 a Bushmaster?
What's that?
That AR-15, you have a Bushmaster, so I'll give you $500 for it.
All right. Look at that. He's trying to buy his guns.
All right. Well, there you go.
But we have this real.
Do you have his address? I'll go there first.
He's just a douche.
He'll go there first. See, Tom, you still got a sense of humor.
Yeah, Tom. The world still needs your sense of humor.
Don't even kill him. Just shoot his phone so he can't have any awful jokes on the radio show.
Yeah.
Just feel, it was a fun bit when we didn't know you.
Yeah.
Now we know you, kind of met you at one of the gigs.
We met you? Go ahead.
Yeah, you and I have a picture together, Jimmy. I photographed with my part out, so because you said I ruined it. So I've been meaning to email it to you.
Wait, you did what with your part out?
I photographed myself out, and
why?
So.
What's the point of us having a picture together? I don't want just a picture of me. I know what I look like.
I know what you said. You ruined the picture with you in it.
Oh, you implied he's a picture ruiner.
Oh, well, I was probably kidding, Tom. If it's a picture of you and you're kind of half of that.
Jimmy, I know it was a joke, but I figured I'd just continue with it.
Well, you know something, Tom? Even though it might look bad right now, the pendulum is swinging back the other way.
Yes.
So, things could get better.
It's coming towards my head.
Get out of my way.
Hey, dude, would you come in tomorrow? At least do it like an in-studio interview. I mean, why not? I mean, what's it going to hurt? We're not gonna straitjacket you and make you do it. We can't do that legally. Why don't you just come in? What are we going to do?
We can, but
we got people that want to drive you in tomorrow.
Can we do it the second half?
What do you mean? Yeah, well, if you want, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Tom.
We'll have you brought in here at like 8 o'clock or something. We'll eat something. It's for real.
I can take a train in.
Yeah, or let somebody pick you up.
All right. It sounds like you're not going to shoot yourself today, which is very good news for everybody.
Unload your guns.
Well,
how about you unload your guns live on the show?
Yeah. Not through the barrel.
Not through the barrel?
Not through the barrel. Just, pull out the mag and get the round out of the chamber.
Whoops. Hello?
Yeah.
I'm here.
What was that?
It was one in the chamber.
That was... You just fired your... What was that, the 380?
No, it's another... It was a It was another 9mm, Walter.
Was that just a round that was fired?
Yeah, it did sound like it.
Where did it go, Tom?
I think I just killed my neighbor.
Well, I certainly hope not.
He's joking.
Yeah. Dude, why don't you just... You're obviously in a bad mental state right now. Look, I'm sure it's horribly depressing. But why don't you just, come in, either take the train or somebody will come get you, and just, just hang for a little while. What's the worst that's going to happen? We force you to listen to Steve's old music? Sorry.
Great stuff. Pendulum is swinging back the other way. And out of my way. Oh, jeez.
Why are you laughing?
That was a damn good joke.
Oh, that's good.
He's out of his mind doesn't mean he doesn't have great taste in comedy material.
I'm not listening for humor right now. Excuse me. Tom, unload the guns, please.
Yeah, for real.
No pulling the trigger. And get one out of the pipe there. What are you doing?
And was that really around?
It sure sounded like one. It had that resonance, that ringing sound.
Yeah, it was.
Where did it hit?
It went into a concrete wall.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah, it kind of did sound like he's in a concrete... What, are you in a basement or something?
I live in a ground floor apartment.
Okay.
Hey, Tom, I just got a text from my friend who's a doctor, and he said he needs palliative medicine, whatever that means. I can hook him up in his town. He probably might know a doctor for you. He said patients whose symptoms are controlled do not want to commit suicide. We can get his symptoms under control. So what's the worst that's going to happen? I mean, that all of a sudden they give you stuff that makes life better?
Hold on a second.
Uh-oh. I don't like when he says that.
What are you doing?
No. All came in. It's coming in, but...
Who's coming in?
A call.
My sister's calling me.
Oh, okay.
Of course she's calling you. She doesn't want you to kill yourself, Tom.
Yeah.
Did you unload the guns at least?
Yes.
Do you want to take the phone call from your sister?
No, I did. I'll call her back and I hang up.
Hey, would you, when we're off air, would you give Travis your number? We don't have to give me your address or anything creepy I don't want to give out, but just give me your number so we can contact you.
Yeah.
You're the first person we've been nice to in 2 years. Please don't make us just give them the number.
I know. Actually, but yeah. Fair. I'll give Travis a phone number. You can get me.
Okay.
Yeah, come in tomorrow morning.
All right, well, we'll put you on hold. Don't go anywhere.
Okay.
All right, Tom.
We'll see you tomorrow morning, right?
Yep.
All right, buddy.
All right.
Tom from White Plains.
Tom, put him on hold.
Yeah, get his info, Travis.
Get his info.
He really had loaded guns in front of him.
Yeah, man.
Was that really a round that went off?
Yeah, definitely sounded like one.
Holy yes.
Guns on the air or over the phone and on the air don't sound like movie guns.
We've been talking to Tom. For a while, we were talking to him every Friday, and he was slowly getting worse. And he always said, when it gets too bad, I want to, I want to take my life instead of suffering anymore. Oh, you have it isolated? Let me hear this, E-Rock.
Not through the barrel, just pull out the mag and get the round out of the chamber.
Whoops.
Oh yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
I'm here.
What was that?
Oh, it was one in the chamber.
That was you just fired your. What was that? The 380?
No, it's another. It was another 9mm, Walter.
That was real.
Yeah, that
was
was
so obvious when you hear it the second time.
That was absolutely a shot. Wow. Jeez. The hell are people doing on the show? My God.
Yeah, at least give Dr. Steve a crack. I mean, if he can help with my ED, but you give him a shot, man. He knows he's for real, man.
Not a shot. Maybe we shouldn't put it that way.
Yeah.
Give him a try, a chance. Good.
He's a sincere guy, and he knows a lot of people, and he'll look out for you, man. He won't. He's not going to be a typical douche who's looking for your insurance payment. He's going to try to help you and at least hook you up with someone who can.
He's an expert on ED. He certainly helped my cold sores.
What a gross show we are.
Well, Tom always said it, man. He was ready to go today. He was ready to go.
Know.
There's no doubt about it.
Let's just hope we can see him tomorrow.
And hopefully he's talking to his sister right now.
He was thanking us for the show. Jesus.
Yeah, man. We were joking about wanting you to, come on.
All right. we're going to kind of break and end the show, so actually, just stay there. You're checking out the Opie and Anthony show. Usually we're off the air at this point. Want to apologize to the affiliates. I guess we messed up your music programming. Please bear with us. We're a little late today. So,
hopefully he'll come in tomorrow, man.
I think we're going to get Tom in studio tomorrow. Tom from White Plains. I know we got a lot of new listeners. Tom called us out of the blue. I don't even know how long ago at this point.
It was a while ago.
Told us about this medical condition where his lungs were basically turning into cement slowly but surely. And it was getting harder for him to breathe and go upstairs. It's good to know he's in a basement apartment because there was a point where he was living upstairs even though he had this condition. And it was just getting worse and worse. There were other things associated with what he had, but basically his lungs turning into cement were the big thing. That's how we describe it. There's an actual medical term for what Tom has, obviously.
Yeah, you can't breathe.
And, back in the day, he's like, when it gets bad enough, I'm just going to kill myself because I don't want to, get to the point where it's just excruciating to me to be alive. And then today, I see Tom from White Plains. Go, hi, Tom. We haven't heard from you in a while. And he was going to kill himself on our show today.
It became a running goof, like, hey, if you're going to kill yourself, just do it on the show. It'll be good for the air. And it's almost probably good that we said that, because then he decided to call in and talk instead of just isolating. But I'm glad he didn't, man. For real, it's not worth it, man.
I'm not going to lie to you, man. When I was talking to Tom, or we were talking to Tom, I just started shaking. I was actually shaking. Like, what the F?
If someone calls, it's a good sign. It's like if somebody actually is kind of reaching out for some kind of human contact, that's always a good thing. I mean, I know that people have offed themselves. It's if you go somewhere just kind of isolated and do it, you're really going to do it at that moment.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of glad. It seemed like he was willing to do it and was ready to do it, but a little part of him kind of was willing to be talked in off the ledge, which was nice.
And, I want to make it perfectly clear. It's not a bit.
No.
Tom had loaded guns. Do we have the isolation again? Because then we're like, hey, Tom, why don't you unload the guns after we talked to him for a little while? And by the way, we had Tom on the line during the break, and, we're doing what we can. Let's just put it that way.
I want him to come in tomorrow. And eat some of the awful breakfast
family.
we have to enjoy. Who's bringing us breakfast tomorrow? Basil teas is good.
Their ass is good, man.
Yeah.
I love the steak and eggs. So Tom was unloading his guns. And it's so obvious now, but as it was going down, because we were thinking, what could we tell Tom? What could we tell Tom? We weren't paying close attention, so we kind of said, what was that? But now it's very obvious what that was.
Yeah.
So listen again.
Not through the barrel. Just, pull out the mag and get the round out of the chamber.
Whoops. Hello?
Yeah.
I'm here.
What was that?
Oh, it was one in the chamber.
That was... You just fired your... What was that, the 380?
No, it's another... It was another 9mm, Walther.
Can't tell you how many people get killed doing that.
Yep.
They pull out the mag and then pull the trigger.
Why?
They pull out the mag and start, cleaning it or something because they don't think about the one that's in the chamber that's... if you cock your gun back, if you slide you rack the slide back, you're going to chamber around. You could pop the magazine out and you still have a live round in the chamber. It happens so many times.
So as a gun owner, what did he do there?
He probably popped the mag out and then pulled the trigger.
Why would just to pull to hear the click?
Yeah, to get the
Is that what gun owners do?
To go, hey, it's unloaded.
Make sure you know it's empty, right?
The first thing you do is open it up. You pop the mag out, slide it open, lock it open so the slide is all the way back, and inspect it thoroughly. Then you could slide it back and do whatever the hell you want, But so many people do that. Didn't know it was loaded. God. Oh, stunt brain.
What?
Yeah, I did it.
He did it.
What, you did the same thing?
I accidentally killed a friend's stereo.
Oh, God.
In his house. Shot the front of it with a .357 hollow point, and it went in like that, and it came out the back of it. Like
a
that.
huge hole.
Yeah.
Like a softball.
Oh, man.
Coming out the other side. Wow.
Is it a black porno actor from Boogie Nights?
Yeah. Let's go to Jersey. Keith, how are you?
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Good.
I just want to commend you on your efforts there. I've been a long-time listener, and he's a valued member of the family. And I just wanted to let you know, as part of the listening community, that you're to be congratulated on doing what you did.
You know what, dude? I mean, it's nice, but for real, no. I mean, it's almost like you have to do that as a person. It's like what kind of animals are people if they for real wouldn't care if a guy shot himself? I mean,
That's the chanting jump, jump, jump at the guy on the roof or anything like that. It's
look,
you know,
tearing down some walls. I mean, we do some crazy things with our radio show, but you know, there are times where human nature just simply takes over.
No,
and that's what happened today. It's like
a few years back, I really got to question how he would have handled that.
Really?
I really, to be completely honest with you, a few years back, I really have to question how he would have handled that.
Probably not believing he would have done it or not understanding the consequences in that weird live moment.
Yeah, because at any moment during that call, I was waiting to hear, the gunshot and then the thump or the phone
something.
hitting the floor or just something.
Yeah.
Because he really seemed to be set to do it. He was saying his goodbyes to us.
And then it's completely not our fault. So let's play this out. We just come in tomorrow and let the hilarity ensue.
Do a show? Yeah. Oh,
about
that was,
Obama. And
hey, let's replay that from yesterday. You might remember this clip.
I guess we could take a page out of Disney's book and just hose down the area and just move on like nothing happened.
Nah, because then you're running through your head like, what if I would have just spoke up a little bit
I
better
know.
or understood a little bit better?
I'm having a tough time sleeping as it is. I don't need to, think about that at night. Let's say hi to Michelle, Jersey.
Hey, hi. I just want to say, Jimmy, I heard the fear in your voice more than anyone else's. And didn't hear it in yours, Opie. And Anthony, like you said, you're just waiting for the shot.
Yeah, I was just sitting there waiting for it.
There was a point. I got to be honest. I just froze. I was like, "Oh my!" And my brain was trying to kind of process what was happening. I literally froze for a few seconds there, and Jimmy didn't. Thank God, because I'm just sitting there like.
You know what it is? No. But you know what it is? Honestly, God, I've been depressed enough times, and there were enough times where it wasn't just an attention whore thing, where if I had a pistol, I absolutely would have done that. And it's like sometimes I know what I would have wanted to hear, which is basically someone telling you, look, it's going to be fine. Just relax a little bit. You kind of want somebody to walk you in off the ledge, and I think everyone has those moments.
You're perfect.
All right. Thank you, Michelle. CB from Atlanta writes, I think you guys are being a bit selfish. The guy is in pain and unhappy. You're asking him to prolong that just so you could feel better about yourself.
No.
It's a weird situation to be in. I don't live Tom's life.
Right,
I can't imagine what he's going through.
Here's what's wrong with that dummy on instant feedback. Don't question our motives like we only need to feel better about ourselves. Cause we don't want to see a guy who called into the show kill ourselves. It's not a selfish act. It's a selfish act if your dog has a broken leg and you refuse to put it down because you like petting him. But when a person calls in and says, I'm calling to say goodbye, I'm going to kill myself, I mean, you're a pig if you think any other way than stopping him from doing that. It's not selfish, you idiot.
Yeah, how is that selfish of us?
Dummy. You dummy on a keyboard, instant feedbacking and anonymity. You dummy. You know perception skills having dummy. I'm trying to psychoanalyze people.
Yeah.
You're an idiot. You're not qualified.
What a weird end today.
My motive was Tom owes me $10.
That's exactly it.
I want it.
Oh, well,
All right.
Let's go get breakfast.
Well, let's eat, and we'll go over there and tell dirty jokes.
Yeah,
Sometimes you just want people to feel like people are your friends and you're not alone, and it's a human thing. That's an awful thing to deal with, awful breathing, and he likes the show. He feels like he's a member of the community, and maybe you want to feel like people care about you. It's fine.
Old muck lungs.
Yeah, we'll give him a good teasing when he comes in tomorrow.
Of course.
Not going to get off easy.
Thank God I didn't give him that MacBook. My God.
Oof, really? What a waste.
Not much of a shelf life on that thing. That's a joke. We love Tom.
Tom needs a gun safety course, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Anthony should never be in on the police department talking people out of suicide. Well, I was asking him about his guns. I want to know what he had. That's all.
Yeah. You might have saved his life by explaining how to unload the gun, even though he's still, you know.
Goddamn guy with the friggin' one in the chamber. Oh, if that isn't the number one way people F themselves.
All right. Do you think they pull the trigger because they want to feel that?
The click?
Or is it really just like an OCD and make sure it's empty thing? Like
I think a lot of people think that's a good way to, make sure it's empty, which is the dumbest way to make sure it's empty.
Yeah.
You open it up and visually inspect it and then close it. And most guns now have a decocker where you don't even have to pull the trigger back. You just hit the decocker and it'll decock the gun. And
even after you do that, don't you feel still paranoid, like there's a bullet still in there somewhere?
You should. That's how you should treat every weapon, like there is a bullet in there, even if you're absolutely positive there isn't. You don't point at anybody. You keep it safe, and keep them opened and able to be visually inspected. The second you hand someone a gun, open it, inspect it, give it to them opened so they can look at it and inspect it.
I got a question. Did you or did you not hear the gunshot on regular radio? Because I'm getting reports that it was being dumped out of.
No, we weren't dumped out of.
No.
Nobody dumped out of anything?
No.
Opie, gunshot equals dump button.
No.
Oh, I think somebody said that, like, if he would have done it, they would have dumped out. But, I'm glad we didn't have to see.
Trust me, we're not arguing that one with the boys upstairs.
I can't
believe it did that.
Come on.
Oh, man.
I don't think anybody...
All right. We got to leave the airways for now. I think we're going to try to get Tom in tomorrow and talk to him.
Yeah, man, for real. Have a nice breakfast and maybe get some chicks that we could all look at. Homoerotic room I'm tired of.
Yeah.
Let Tom look at some large breasts. What's wrong with that?
Right.
All right, guys. It's been real. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, just end the show. What am I supposed to wrap it up with a cute bow?
How about this? We'll see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully we'll have Tom in here. And,
nice.
Hopefully Iraq will be sick and not come in. I just felt it was the appropriate way to end the show. We're going to attack on you.
Later.
The Opie and Anthony Show. XM 202.
Oh my God! How much does this business suck?
What a pussy boy
Holy
lawyer.
Christ.
You fucking pussy.
Go. Here we are at XM Satellite Radio.
Who cares?
Huh? Well,
Who
bring him
cares?
over here then. We'll bring him to
bring him to
XM.
XM. We'll promote it over there and bring him to XM.
Yeah, we'll just promote all day that we're going to have him on XM. We just got word from the lawyers from the other joint. Don't like the lawyers over here. Don't like the lawyers over there.
The lawyers over there are worse. But actually, Tom wanted to come in on the XM side anyway.
Yep.
Which is fine. Fine. Bring me on the XM side.
Well, here's the deal. We got Tom from White Plains. Dr. Steve has been on the phone with him ever since we hung up with him. Still talking to him to hopefully give him some kind of medical hope. Also, we just found out because the whole thing was, and this is why the lawyers just
do it over here, man. Fuck CBS. Just do it over here.
We pretty much talked Tom down today. Said, look, come on into the studio so we could talk about this a little bit. We're not going, I guess, in a little bit of what am I trying to say? That just freaked me out. I'm trying to get my thoughts together. Anyway, the lawyer basically told us that they don't want Tom on the show.
Here's why. Because here's what lawyers are. And again, not all. I know it's easy to attack lawyers, but guys like that are fucking. They're little mama's boys who have most of them have no real experience dealing with this kind of shit. So they hide. They're like these little pussies that hide behind corporate policy and worry about litigation and don't look at the humanity of situations. That's why most of them should be fucking spit on. For real. As men, they should have their fucking faces spit in because that's the way they look at things. They don't address the reality of a situation where it's like you're talking to a real guy about something. For them, it's all fucking worry about litigation. They're everything that is wrong with this country.
Well, Tom
wanted to come here anyway, though, so we lose nothing.
I know, but what do we got? Steve, what was said?
Well, this is all...
By the way, Steve has already talked to a detective, already talked to corporate lawyers.
Corporate lawyers are just...
This thing is...
What about the rest of Foundry for a reunion concert?
Yeah.
Have you spoken with them?
This thing is...
Get out of my way.
This thing is revving up to be a biggie. A biggie. What did the lawyer say, Steve?
Well, when something like that happens, we're legally obligated to get in touch with the authorities. And, which I did. And gave them the information I had, gave them my information. We found out exactly where Tom lives. And they're going to see if they can get somebody out to where he's at to give him some help. And in the same conversation that I had with our general manager over there, who's not in the office, but I called her on her cell, she said, "Listen, the lawyers don't want you to don't want them up there."
Of course they don't, because they're fucking cowards.
What was the
and there's
reason,
no
though?
humanity to any of them.
Yeah, there would have to be a reason.
There's no fucking humanity to any of these people. There really isn't.
Watch how it's spun, and we get in trouble. By the way,
We don't get in trouble.
No, watch for that one.
Yeah, watch,
and you'll be amazed. Like what?
No, I don't. Bunch of fucking
you watch, Jimmy.
litigious. You know what they are? They're fucking. They're not even men. They're these little litigious fucking worms that perpetuate shit like that because it's what allows their survival.
Right.
You understand? They serve no purpose if there isn't litigation.
Yeah.
They can never just look at the real humanness of something and realize you know what. We should stop obsessing over covering our asses like a bunch of corporate faggots.
That's what they're doing. They're looking at this like, okay, let's play out the scenario. Tragically, he takes his own life. What's the liability of the station and the show? How much responsibility do we have to do? You know something? How about you just take the guy who's feeling like shit and we bring him in and talk to him and see what he's feeling and have other people call up and... talk to him. I mean,
it would be an eye-opening experience for everybody.
I'll tell you why they don't do
not
that.
in a joking way, by the way.
Because
people would be like, wow, people really are living like this out there.
They forget that everybody isn't fucking overprivileged, little fucking spoiled cunts like they are, who has the money. Like when their kids feel shitty, maybe daddy will walk into the third bedroom and fucking give him a hug and make sure he gets the best in psychiatric care and gets the best at everything because they have that kind of money. But a guy like that who has fucking nothing, they don't give a fuck for. All they give a fuck for is covering their own fucking overprivileged, little heinies, and it makes me sick to my stomach.
trying
As a
to-
man, it makes me sick.
Just trying to fucking sit here and help out old Wheatina lungs.
Yeah.
And
Hey,
what happens?
paraffin chest, get in here. Can't give Tom a good teasing?
Of course
Cheer
we
him
can.
up a little bit. What the
Yeah.
fuck is wrong with these fucking people?
Now that
Cowards.
now that what happened, I want to replay just the first part of the phone call because we're coming out of break, having fun, doing our thing, making fun of Steve and his band Foundry Music,
Making
right?
fun, paying homage to.
That's how I heard it.
Singing along with the hit song Pendulum. You insane?
I didn't hear any mockery.
And the show went from having fun to just pulling the brake drastically. Listen to how it went down just a little while ago. We're going to stop it, of course, but here we go. He was taken to the hospital, and the extra peen was removed. Thankfully, baby is fine after surgery, and all is well.
It's probably a delicacy.
Yeah, no kidding. Why can't I wake up with an extra... Wow. Who wrote this story? This wasn't the AP. Why? Oh, the Sun, of course. Why can't I wake up with an extra blank on my back? I mean, a permanent blank on my back? It would make life so much more interesting. Danny.
Why would you take that off? How
Stop.
great would that...
That's the end of the other break.
Wow, that is really...
Yeah, because that's before break.
That's a long time before the...
We were coming back from break.
Yeah, before the...
It started with...
Swing it back the other way.
Yeah, here we go.
You know what you should...
How is that possible?
I don't care. As long as I get to hear fucking Foundry.
No. Yeah, we played a little Foundry.
We got...
Get out of my way!
I love that line.
Wow, that's what Steve was saying, a challenge. and it
Pendulum
did.
is swinging back the other way.
All right, I apologize, Dave.
Here's talking about the penis,
Sorry.
and here's when
I was telling the bad
All right.
mojo.
Go just back to the Foundry part.
Well, because he said, Ant says something about getting out of his way, and then the Foundry song gets played. That's
Yeah.
what happened.
All right, I completely
Nice.
apologize. All right, go ahead, continue.
Work.
Yeah, I wonder if he could if he was able to could he relieve himself
to
with it? Or
use
no?
it.
Or is it just a foreign penis on his back with no function?
Mm-hmm. That looks ridiculous.
Kind of like the one on my
front.
front. It look like a silly goose.
Oh, that is silly.
You never talk to it. Hey,
What the hell's going on in China? You don't get this stuff in America.
because the odds are so rare. Probably there's like so many Chinese people that like they're going to get an anomaly faster because there's a billion of them.
I had one like that when I was a child, but it was my uncle's.
Yeah. We got Tom in White Plains from
Yes.
Is Tom Alive Friday.
Get out of my way!
Get out of my way!
Love that song. There it is.
Oh, here we go.
Can you stop this for a second?
Yeah.
It's kind of funny knowing that Tom literally is on the other side. You want to talk about an
With a
animation.
loaded gun.
He's got a loaded gun pretty much an inch from his face, and we're distracted by Steve's dumb
And
song
we have
from
to hear
15 years ago.
Pendulum.
No, you missed it. What happened was Tom was actually feeling better. He heard that. I went to the shoebox. Can I say that? Or are the lawyers worried? Cover our asses. Cover our asses. The cocks are usually stuck in. You're not men. No humanity, you faggots.
Right on, Jimmy. I think in animation now.
pussies.
I think in animation, so that's all I picture is Tom nervously with a gun waiting to talk to us, and we're distracted by a dumb song.
Pendulum swinging back the other way.
You know what you should do for a goof? Give Ozzy these lyrics. Imagine Ozzy singing this
rocks.
song. He would make it a rockin' song.
It's a pendulum.
That band Foundry. Whatever happened to them?
You know, Steve, I beat you up a lot.
One hit
I have no
wonder.
problem with that song. It's
Thank
catchy
that
to
song.
me. It's
Thank
catchy.
you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'd listen to that.
Would you?
Tom.
Yeah.
No.
Hey, Tom.
Second of it.
Yeah.
We got Tom in White Plains. How are you, Tom?
Not doing too good anymore. And I want to say you guys entertained me for quite a bit.
What's the matter?
I just was going to say goodbye.
What?
Things are getting a little harder.
What, the breathing and stuff?
Yeah. After this heat wave, I was just like, forget it.
It was the heat that got to you?
Heat, humidity.
Yeah, that'll really screw people up.
So what is it? You just like, it's like breathing. It's like having a weight on your chest, right?
It feels like I'm drowning.
All the time?
Yeah. So, thanks. I enjoyed everything.
Well, Tom, what do you tell you're signing out? I mean, that's probably not the. What do you
Yeah.
think?
Why don't you, hang out for a little while longer?
Well, my mind's made up. It's not that bad.
What did the doctor say to you recently?
One doctor said, I don't want to see you anymore. You're too much of a pain in the ass. Because I have too many complications. And I didn't get to the specialist because it's a hassle to get to the city. So, it's just,
Well, what the hell are you implying here, Tom?
Well, you said we could do this on XM.
Do what? Well, if you're talking about suicide, it's just a dumb radio goof, dude. I mean, nobody wants you to do that.
Yeah, I don't think we really want you to,
For real, we don't.
off yourself on the air. Jesus.
Well.
Wow.
Yeah, man. You know what's weird?
Wow.
As soon as he said you've entertained me, that fucking ED. Right there,
yeah.
You understand?
An old past tense.
Yeah, man. When you're summing up things.
Yep.
There's a big summation of, hey, look, guys, A and B is equal to C, but it's a...
Let me go to Mike on Long Island. Mike. You're on the Opie and Anthony show.
How you guys doing?
Good, man.
All right, Anthony, you cracked me up, man. And when he went to unload the gun and he accidentally shot one off,
yeah.
Instead of asking him if he was all right, you said, which one was that, the 380?
You did not, did you?
Yeah.
Okay, great. It was great.
I'm not going to listen for that.
I did ask him if it was the 380.
I love you guys, man.
All right, thank you. Let's go to Borskin.
I do suck.
Borskin.
Yeah, man. The funniest thing was when Tom accidentally shot the gun. He goes, "Whoops!"
He said, "Whoops." Yeah, whoops-a-daisy. Let's go back to the call that went down about an hour ago from right now.
I promised.
Well,
we didn't take it for real, man.
You can break a promise. When were you planning on doing this?
Well, I have a weapon loaded.
What?
Cock.
Oh, Jesus.
And it wouldn't take more than half pound of pressure. But I don't want to bring anybody down.
Oh, yeah, okay. Guy has a fucking sense of humor.
Yeah, now that was a hell of a line.
That really was. Oh, my God. Yeah, we're going to get shit for this one. All the haters. See, another bit they didn't finish. Shut up.
Bit they didn't finish?
Shut the fuck up. Will you, for once?
Guys, I just want to make sure.
Back it up a little. I got to hear that line again.
That all the company's asses are covered here.
That's the important part,
He doesn't
Jimmy.
matter.
No.
Him having a good day and feeling good means nothing.
No.
I
We
want
need
to make
know
sure.
the responsibility and liability
Right.
that the station now holds.
That's right.
Blah, 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 blah.
Just make sure that the overprivileged fucking should be dipped in shit alive lawyers are comfortable and happy that their personal that their little apple carts won't be upset.
How about this? Someone suggested this, and they're gone now. But how about Tom ends up killing himself because he didn't come in to do our show?
Wouldn't matter for them because to them it's a liability issue. It's not about the connection to anything that is fucking real. That's why they do what they do. That's why they look in briefcases and papers and they fucking harp on words in codes and they obsess over semantics in the written law because there really is no human connection to them. It's all fucking it's all paperwork, which is why basically people hate their fucking guts.
Yeah. Going back to fetus in in Feet 2. Remember that?
Yeah.
The penis on the back thing that we're having fun with?
Sure.
That means the baby was originally conceived as a twin. Something goes wrong, and one twin envelops the other and grows normally, and the other stops growing and just lives inside the normal twin. So
Oh.
basically, it's a baby inside a person. Thank you to Burnett.
So the baby's
Bernadette,
in there now
from New York City.
So the other baby's in there now with no penis because they cut it off?
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Oh, no. The kid probably, what a huge cock he must have had to burst to the other guy's back. He probably felt good about himself. Like, yeah, you get the oxygen and you get to look at everybody, but I got a fucking cock breaking through your back, and they took that away from him. You put a hat on it. Put a rubber on it. Have some fun. You know? Jerk off his back.
Let's go back to the Tom.
Jerk off his back.
I could have cut that one line sooner.
Let's go back to the Tom phone call from about an hour ago.
What?
Cock.
Oh, Jesus.
And it wouldn't take more than half pound of pressure. But I don't want to bring anybody down.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Jesus,
What
Tom.
about your family and stuff, man?
They're aware of it.
Did you write a note?
Yes, there's a note.
Like, what is it that's making it so unbearable that you can't just, like, hold off till tomorrow or give it a couple more days? I mean, it sounds...
Hold on for one more day.
I mean, the heat wave is broken. I mean, it sounds stupid, not like it's big consolation, but I mean, what's the immediacy or the need to do this now? It's stupid.
Well, it's not going to get better.
Yeah, but...
It doesn't sound like it's gotten a lot worse.
Oh, it actually has.
It has?
Oh,
Yeah.
boy. Did,
In what way?
Well, the joints, and I wake up every morning hacking up half a lung.
Oh. What does your note say?
I don't want pity.
What does your note say?
It says...
Stop. You know what's interesting is you listen back to that? Right there, he was like ready to go.
Yeah, pretty much. He was
he was like, let's get on
ready
with
to go
this.
right there.
Go back again.
Yeah.
You can hear stuff now that... Go ahead.
Oh. What does your note say?
I don't want pity.
What does your note say?
It says...
And then you were able to slow him down.
Have a great run.
Yeah.
My time is now. Have fun.
That's it?
That's it.
Your
You need
grandson
to punch
Frank.
that up a little. Yeah, you might want to read some Walt Whitman.
Yeah.
Before.
Like,
Tom.
yeah.
Tom, what are you doing, man? This is ridiculous.
Well...
Do you have
I'll give it
insurance?
to-
Do you have insurance?
What's that?
Do you have insurance?
Yes, I do.
So they're taking care of your bills. I mean, what is it that you need? Even though I know it's obviously, a crappy condition you got, but what is it that you need that you're not getting?
Like, kind of like life.
Well, I mean, do you not have friends? I mean, is it a woman? I mean, I know it sounds silly, but what is it that life is too general?
It's to do simple little things.
It's quality of life, I guess. Is
Quality of life.
yeah, pretty bad. What kind of weapon do you have there, Tom?
I have a choice. A Walter PPK or a Beretta 9mm.
Dude, why don't you do
I
this?
wouldn't use those.
Or an AR-15.
Why don't you? I mean, look. Why don't you just at least let us do something like have some kind of a get together with you or something like that? Like seriously, like in the studio, bring
A
chicks in.
get-together.
Not a goodbye party, but just something to liven things up a little bit. This is just morbid. You don't want to do this. I mean, it's not.
No, that's morbid.
Can I have your guns?
Why don't you give Anthony your guns? He'll carry them around the house all day.
Yeah.
Well, one will probably be used as an evidence, but I'll put the other one away. And I'll will it to you, Anthony. I'll call my lawyer.
Why don't you
teasing,
hold off?
Of course, I don't want your gun.
Why don't you hold off and at least come into the suit?
No. There'll be guys with nets.
No. Yeah, Tom, I don't think this is a good idea.
And that's, by the way, back to the lawyers again and why they are subhuman. They're worried that something will be said in studio that will be interpreted as having promoted him to do something bad to himself, right? And that they'll be held financially liable. They don't give a fuck about the
Tom.
guy himself. They are. It's a mind-boggling. My lack of respect for them just as fucking human beings.
Let's go to Tim in Alabama. Tim.
Hey, yeah, I just want to comment that today has been a very special episode of the Opie and Anthony show.
A very special episode.
Let's go to Joe in Jersey. Joe.
Yo, guys, what's going on?
Hey.
I just want to tell you guys are great, man. What you're doing for that guy is awesome, but them fucking lawyers, let me tell you, me and Jimmy, you should bring them lawyers down to the studio, take a meat tenderizer to their fucking testicles, let them know that they're still fucking men.
What testicles, sir? They don't have them. That's their problem.
Well, you know, then
they
beat
never
their
dropped.
fucking groin areas with it until their fucking eyes bulge out. I mean, come on.
They're just everybody you hate. They're every fucking wormy, conniving scumbag, fucking businessman attitude. They're everyone fuck you before they get fucked. They're just shit.
Yeah, they're yeast-infected vaginas. That's what they are, oozing the crap out of life. By the way, Jimmy, you are the funniest fucking guy I have ever seen.
Oh, thank you, man, very much.
In the world, man. I got your book. It's fucking great.
Oh, thanks, bud. I appreciate it.
Great. I love you guys. Take care, man.
All right, Joe. Thank you.
All right. Later.
All right. One more. Jeff in Indianapolis. Jeff.
Hey, guys. I'm kind of pissed off that your bosses haven't been patting you on the back for talking this guy down from following through with this. I mean, really, hats off to you guys.
We've had Tom on enough to know that he was dead serious today. There was just his voice was very different, extremely different.
And you know what, dude? Pats on the back. That's one of the problems. If people become so obsessed with like our own self-congratulate, we don't need. It's almost like when you do the right thing, something you should do. It's almost like that becomes like the odd thing because everybody's such a self-centered cunt in this in our lives that you become like this special thing if you just treat somebody the way like in a moment like that. We should have done. We're fucking idiots if we didn't do that.
Yeah.
Can't be.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier too, in the past, who knows?
Yeah.
When we were really stupid.
A lot of people are saying that the pauses in this phone call were killing them as they were listening.
Oh, I know. Because same
They
thing.
were just waiting for a sound in that pause that wouldn't have been good for Tom. Steve, Jersey, what's up? All right. Why don't we go back to the phone call with Tom that went down about an hour ago? Or not?
No, we'll do it. Well, I'll give it some thought. But,
why don't you come into the studio? Not with the guns, obviously, but seriously, why don't you come in tomorrow, and we'll see what we can do to get a couple of broads down. And again, not as some morbid farewell thing, but just something to at least, have a good day and have a good, that's my idea of at least a good time. That shows you how shallow I am. But, why don't you just come down and hang a little bit?
You're as shallow as his breathing. Poor Tom. He can't breathe.
Oh. I got a good laugh out of him.
Oh, that hurts to laugh.
Oh, God. Oh. That was funny.
Hear that?
Oh,
Jesus.
Tom, let us talk to you. Where do you live, Tom?
I live north in Westchester.
What road?
I'm not giving that one.
Tom, let's call some people. Something else, Jimmy. This will drive you nuts. It'll come down probably after we're off the air. I'm going to guess 2:00 this afternoon. That it's going to come down that we are not allowed to have Tom on the air again over there.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
well, then what we'll do is we'll tell him to call it over here.
Guaranteed.
And we'll just say it over there if he's going to be calling over here. It's you can't stop a guy.
That's a guarantee, by the way.
Can we stop a guy from actually calling? It's silly.
Call Vegas right now. That will come down today.
What if we
in a few hours?
have him call over here?
Bet that.
And then cut it up and air it over there?
Yeah, I mean, really. He prefers the XM anyway. Of course.
Yeah, he's a big fan of the XM portion. All right, back to the phone call for you.
No. I'll give it some thought.
All right.
I just want to say thanks. On either way, you guys have been great, and you're all really good people.
Why don't you say thanks in person, though? This is just kind of a stupid way to go out. I mean, you can't hold off for a couple of days. It's not like it's going to be 300 degrees tomorrow. I mean, why can't you hold off for a couple of days? There's no reason to not hold off. Nothing is that immediate.
No. I mean, I've been living with the pain and the breathing, so I try to grin and bear it, so they say.
Well, how about this? Is there any way, like, we have a tremendous platform here that we have doctors that listen or whatever, anybody that knows anything that maybe you're not getting the enough stuff, like maybe because you have insurance and they're not giving you the proper treatment, maybe somebody who knows more could suggest something or recommend something that would make your quality of life a lot better.
Well, yeah.
I mean, we're putting the word out there. Don't be an idiot and do something stupid like that when all of a sudden we get a call tomorrow from somebody that said, oh, there's this new experimental thing that actually works nicely.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to put any blame on you, so...
It's not about blame, dude. It's about why don't you just hold off?
The lawyers are going to be like, can we get that clip where he says, I don't want to put any blame on you? Can we get that? We need that.
We certainly need that.
God, why couldn't it be one of them calling and threatening to kill themselves?
Oh,
you can tell them where to put their heads, make sure the oven's on, just in case you miss.
We would have queued up zippity doodah. Zippity.
Do we even have that? It wouldn't surprise me if we did. E-Rock, where's your iPod?
Why? Instant feedback going nuts. We got Del Griffith calling in from Chicago.
From Chicago.
Come on. He's a regular to the Opie Anthony show. He writes, Tom, what the hell are you bitching about? My wife's dead and I sell shower curtain rings. Buck up, little camper.
Buck up.
All right, back to the Tom phone call.
Yeah, some people have gone through life with a lot more pain than even you're having, I'm sure. Imagine going through life with the last name of Tarbox. And she's still, alive. She hasn't tried to kill herself.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no laughing.
Don't make him laugh.
Oh, my God. That one lung.
For the people that are confused, Tom from White Plains, we got a call from him, I don't know, well over a year ago at this point. And his lungs are basically turning into cement slowly. And he told us that when it got really bad, he would kill himself.
So, why don't you...
So, I guess today he's saying he's going to kill himself, and now we're in this position. And we don't want you to kill yourself, Tom.
Yeah, why don't you come in, dude? Sir, for real. Why don't you come in tomorrow? And look, we're not going to kidnap you and make you not do something. You're an adult male. If you really are hell bent on doing this, there are coming days you can do it. I mean, there's no one saying that we're going to stop you forever, but at least come in and like we have the word out there. Let's see if we get any responses from people in the medical community who know what they're doing. It could be you just might have seen some crappy doctors if your insurance isn't great, dude. That happens all the time in this country.
Well, I'll say there are some very crappy mental health doctors out there for depression, and I feel sorry for people who have major mental illnesses like schizophrenic disorder or bipolar. There's morons out there.
You should just go to Afghanistan and look for bin Laden. Like, just grab your gun, go there, and then walk around and just start shooting people. So until you hit bin Laden.
I just
then kind of do something with your last few days.
I'm gonna need and actually do that.
Just trekking through the mountains would be a little rough for him, though.
He would get 3 or 4 steps in and
start hacking.
Have to take a rest.
Hey, man, do you know what a palliative medicine specialist is? I just got a text. Did I say that wrong? I'm sure I did.
I don't know.
Palliative.
Josh.
This is friendly medicine.
Josh,
hey, pal.
Josh Finberg of the Finbergs. He's out there in Ohio. Anthony's suicide hotline tips. Number 1, get way too excited about the suicide note. Number 2, insult the author after the note is read. Number 3, get too inquisitive about weapons. Number 4, after shots are fired, make sure to find out which gun it was. And 5, ask for the weapons.
Yeah, I really did come across like a boob. I'm not quite like a hostage negotiator or...
How much would you care if Tom...
Talking down a suicide guy?
If Tom shot himself?
Let me think. How would it affect my life? I'd care because I know him, you know, through the show, obviously, but
right.
Don't think it would go much past that, though.
Yeah,
just kind of like, he's, you know.
Would you sleep like a baby tonight?
Oh, please.
That would be fucking monumentally depressing.
Oh, I would not have a good time with that one.
Not feeling responsible for it. Not feeling like, oh, it's my fault, but just in that, God damn it, man, there might have been one thing to be said that we missed. You know, of course you think that.
We're giving him a lung.
By the way, Eric B. from New Hampshire, he observed something that Tom did during that last part of the phone call. No, you just cough over Opie. It's your show. It's all about you.
Tom really did make it all about him. It's the Tom show. And
yeah, you know. You just cough along.
Yeah.
I've never wanted to do a Steve from Yellowstone call so bad in my life.
Oh, God, you'd have heard a shot.
I probably would have enjoyed it.
Oh, that one moan he did when it was like,
yeah.
Like it just, a fucking chunk came up.
All right, let's go back to the phone call. We're getting to the part where a weapon was fired, yes.
A what?
A palliative. I just got a text from Dr. Steve, who's a palliative medicine specialist. And he said that he could obviously have some suggestions for you or whatever. But, dude, you're giving up a little too quick.
Hey, there's a few people on the phones. They're just dopes. They're like, what a effort. This is BS. The guy is the real deal. We brought him on stage in one of our virus shows, and wow, he's not in good shape.
Yeah, no, he's not looking for attention. He's really depressed, and he's really got a thing going on that he's had for a while. And I can't say I comprehend it.
We got Dr. John on the line with Tom from White Plains. Dr. John.
Hey,
John.
The question, is that AR-15 a Bushmaster?
What's that?
That AR-15, you have a Bushmaster, so I'll give you $500 for it.
All right.
Look at that. He's trying to buy his guns.
All right, well, there you go.
But we have this is real.
Do you have his address? I'll go there first.
See, Tom, you still got a sense of humor.
Yeah, Tom, the world still needs your sense of humor.
Don't even kill him. Just shoot his phone so he can't have any awful jokes on the radio show.
Yeah.
Just feel, it was a fun bit when we didn't know you.
Yeah.
Now we know you. Kind of met you at one of the gigs.
We met you? Go ahead.
Yeah, you and I have a picture together, Jimmy. I photographed with my part out, so because you said I ruined it. So I've been meaning to email it to you.
Wait, you did what with your part out?
I photographed myself out, and
why?
So
what's the point of us having a picture together? I don't want just a picture of me. I know what I look like.
I know what you said. Well, you ruined the picture with you in it.
Oh, you implied he's a picture ruiner.
Oh, well, I was probably kidding, Tom. If it's a picture of you and you're kind of half of that.
Jimmy, I know it was a joke, but I figured I'd just continue with it.
Well, unbelievable. Back to the phones. We got CBS on the line. CBS, yes.
Hey, how are you?
Hi,
Tom
CBS.
can kill himself? How are you? Tom can kill himself as long as he doesn't say duty.
I am in a world of shit. Easy, Leonard. They're dumping out.
Let's go to Alex in San Antonio. Alex.
Hey, what's going on, boys?
Hey.
Hey, listen, I'm sitting here like Bob Kelly with a freaking tear in my eye going, oh, my God, dude, no. Listening to y'all's earlier call, man. But, you know, it also says a lot about you guys because, you know what, people always talk about the stuff that you say and they criticize it. But you know what, just like you always talk, this is a bit that we're doing. I mean, not this particular one, but you guys are true at heart when it comes out to it, man. And I have a lot of respect for you guys and love the show and listen to you guys every day. Unfortunately, I didn't listen earlier today, but I'm catching up this evening. But great job, guys. Thank you.
All right, Alex. We actually got an instant feedback from someone saying, why are you playing a phone call that happened an hour ago?
Mm-hmm.
Just find something else to listen to. And the guy, I know for a fact, was dead serious. Go fuck yourself.
Was it?
Yeah, we didn't get a chance to, like, discuss it or get the callers involved or nothing.
Yeah.
Big Papa, what's up?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey.
Absolutely love you. Jimmy, you are the funniest man alive and so insightful, even
you.
into my own life. Unfortunately, today, I'm a little upset. Guys, this guy's been calling for a year. At any point, that should have been the time that we made phone calls, maybe dropped a couple lines, this, that, the other. If Tom can't hack it, he can't hack it. He's got to go out on his own terms.
Nah, dude,
that was his decision from the beginning, and everyone, even the listeners, knew that.
You gotta
If he
hold
can
on,
no
bro,
longer
slow
hack
down,
it-
slow down. Wait, hold on. Now, one thing at a time. You gotta understand something. When you're dealing with a radio bit or an anonymous guy calling the show, it's a different thing.
And the liability that you guys understand you have. But at this point, if Tom can't hack it, what more can be done?
Well, we don't know that. That's what's to be determined. But you should always try to, unless someone's going to jail for pedophilia, they should kill themselves. But if a guy has something that possibly better insurance would help him get better treatment, I mean, look, when you have a fucking a brain tumor, you don't just put a gun in your mouth, even though you're going to die from it. You try to make your quality of life better. And I'm not saying he should be like a dog and just fucking crawl around until he stops breathing. But if there's other stuff that can be done for him, why not explore that? Why just say, okay, fuck him? I mean, I wouldn't want somebody giving up on me like that fucking quickly.
And a lot of people are suggesting hospice for Tom, at the very least. You know, he needs some real help there.
We don't claim to know what's right for him, dude, but it's like, you got to try to help somebody. Again, what kind of fucking people are you if you don't?
Yeah, let's go to Matt in New York. Matt.
Hey, I wanted to give you guys, props to, talking him down. But I also wanted to point out that, once again, Anthony doesn't really kind of show, like, you can tell he was scared, but doesn't really show that any emotion, just kind of cracks jokes and,
That's me.
about other things, doesn't really show its feelings.
Yep. Anthony was looking for the distraction the whole time. Oh, what kind of guns are they?
What can we do to just get away from this real situation? Please.
All right, thank you, sir. Let's go back to the phone call with Tom.
And you know something, Tom? Even though it might look bad right now, the pendulum is swinging back the other way.
Yes.
So, things could get better.
Coming towards my head.
Get out of my way.
Hey, dude, would you come in tomorrow? At least do it like an in-studio interview. I mean, why not? I mean, what's it gonna hurt? We're not gonna straitjacket you and make you do. We can't do that legally. Why don't you just come in? What are we gonna do?
We can, but
we got people that want to drive you in tomorrow.
Can we do it the second half?
What do you mean? Yeah, well, if you want, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Tom.
We'll have you brought in here at like 8 o'clock or something. We'll eat something. It's for real.
Yeah, I can take a train and.
Yeah, or let somebody pick you up.
All right. It sounds like you're not going to shoot yourself today, which is very good news for everybody.
Unload your guns.
Well,
How about you unload your guns live on the show?
Yeah. Not through the barrel.
All right, hold it there. Yeah, this is where it gets very interesting. Bud Dwyer checking in on instant feedback from Satan's lap. He says,
he's dead in Satan's lap.
No, he
is
wrote
the lap
something,
of
Jimmy.
the
He wrote
devil.
this. He wrote this. Tell Tom to do it right and have a press conference. Tell him it only hurts for a split second, then makes for a great YouTube clip.
Yep.
You see the dumb look on our Bud Dwyer's face? That should have deterred everyone from. He just looked like he was going,
Let's go to John on Long Island. John.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Good evening.
It sounds like Tom could maybe use a cuddle party.
Maybe a cuddle party.
I'll tell you, Pat from Menake's feeling better after hearing this today.
Yeah, no kidding. Cuddle party for Tom, or maybe we'll get him a ticket to a Who concert or something. Just if you, okay. Here's where we get him to unload his guns.
Yeah, or let somebody pick you up.
All right. It sounds like you're not going to shoot yourself today, which is very good news for everybody.
Unload your guns.
Well,
How about you unload your guns live on the show?
Yeah. Not through the barrel.
not through the barrel?
Not through the barrel. Just, pull out the mag and get the round out of the chamber.
Whoops. Hello?
Yeah.
I'm here.
What was that?
It was one in the chamber.
That was... You just fired your... What was that, the 380?
No, it's another... It was another 9mm, Walter.
Oh, my God. He goes, whoops.
Whoops.
You want me to try to find it real quick, just to isolate it?
Found his gun. Whoops. Fired it off. Whoops.
It was just a coincidence. We did not know that Tom was calling today. People are asking that today, too.
No.
'Cause we're talking about suicide.
Maybe he heard that, and maybe he had been thinking about it.
Let's say, what the hell, today's the day?
No,
I'll
maybe
prove that I'm not just looking for attention.
No, I'm sure maybe he...
God, I hope not.
No, maybe that's what motivated him to call instead of just doing it. Was hearing people talk about it and discuss it, and it being a theme. You don't push a guy to suicide by doing a break on the air that he's not involved with. He's got a medical condition that's degenerative. I mean, maybe he was like, I got it. Every day he's probably been thinking about it. And today he probably woke up thinking about it again, and he's like, fuck it. I did promise these guys, so let me call in instead of just fucking popping myself right here.
All right, back.
Let's cover our own asses, though, and make sure we won't be held liable. Oh, fucking assholes.
All right, he backed it up.
Whoops. Hello?
Yeah.
I'm here.
Get the round out of the chamber.
Whoops. Hello?
Yeah.
I'm here.
What was that?
It was one in the chamber.
That was... You just fired your... What was that, the 380?
No, it's another... It was another 9mm, Walter.
Jeez.
Was that just a round that was fired?
Yeah, it did sound like it.
Where did it go, Tom?
I think I just killed my neighbor.
Well, I certainly hope not.
He's joking.
Yeah. Dude, why don't you just... You're obviously in a bad mental state right now. Look, I'm sure it's horribly depressing. But why don't you just, come in, either take the train or somebody will come get you, and just, just hang for a little while. What's the worst that's going to happen? We force you to listen to Steve's old music? Sorry.
Great stuff.
That
Pendulum
deserves
swinging
more,
back the other
Tom.
way.
Don't say that now.
And out of my way.
Why are you laughing?
That was a damn good joke.
Oh, that's good.
That's mine. Doesn't mean he doesn't have great taste in comedy material.
I'm not listening for humor right now. Excuse me. Tom, unload the guns, please.
Yeah, for real.
No pulling the trigger. And get one out of the pipe there. What are you doing?
And was that really a round?
It sure sounded like one. It had that resonance, that ringing sound.
Yes, it was.
Where did it hit?
It went into a concrete wall.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah, it kind of did sound like he's in a concrete... What, are you in a basement or something?
I live in a ground floor apartment.
Okay.
Hey, Tom, I just got a text from my friend who's a doctor, and he said he needs palliative medicine, whatever that means. I can hook him up in his town. He probably might know a doctor for you. He said patients whose symptoms are controlled do not want to commit suicide. We can get his symptoms under control. So what's the worst that's going to happen? I mean, that all of a sudden they give you stuff that makes life better?
Hold on a second.
Uh-oh. I don't like when he says that.
What are you doing?
No. All came in. It's coming in, but...
Who's coming in?
A call.
My sister's calling me.
Oh, okay.
Of course she's calling you. She doesn't want you to kill yourself, Tom.
Yeah.
Did you unload the guns at least?
Yes.
Do you want to take the phone call from your sister?
No, I'll call her back and if I hang up.
Hey, would you, when we're off air, would you give Travis your number? We don't have to give me your address or anything creepy I don't want to give out, but just give me your number so we can contact you.
Yeah.
You're the first person we've been nice to in 2 years. Please, don't make us just give them the number.
I know. Actually, that's good, yeah. off air, I'll give Travis a phone number. He can get me.
Okay.
Yeah, come in tomorrow morning.
All right, well, we'll put you on hold. Don't go anywhere.
Okay.
All right, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it.
It is weird to hear the redundancy of me inviting him in. What a fucking cunt I am.
Where's Steve? Get Steve in here for a second. Just got an email from my brother. He's working on the Oops Hello T-shirts, so they'll be available by July. Steve.
Yeah. Which way is the pendulum swinging?
Yeah. Well, what's the latest on Tom? Is our buddy still talking to him?
Yeah, the buddy's still talking to him, and a different buddy. And
what's a different buddy?
I'll tell you.
Is it the lawyer telling him to do it between 9 and noon on
No, Jim. No, it's not the lawyer.
Write down who else is talking to him.
Sure.
Is that a fart?
What was that?
Steve, did you just fart?
Jimmy.
Jim. Wasn't me.
Jimmy doesn't fart. What the hell's wrong with you?
I don't fart. I loudly leak cum.
He likes making cum volcanoes out of his ass.
Yeah, they bubble up. Looks like white lava, ladies and germs.
A tactical team? Holy shit!
We maybe shouldn't warn him. Jeez.
Well, I was hoping you wouldn't blurt that out, but yeah. Yeah, I know.
Well, what the fuck? What? I just what the?
Yeah,
what the?
Yeah, perhaps you don't want to,
All right,
give things away. Geraldo.
Tom, Tom's still listening. Tom, don't do anything stupid, please.
Leave that to your pals Opie and Anthony. The kings of stupid.
Tom. Can we get Tom back
Tom?
on the phone?
You're out.
Maybe I can help.
Sorry, Tom. You're out. I got to take
get him
wee-wee.
on the phone. Yeah, we're going to wee-wee. And
I gotta go
hopefully
wee-wee.
Get Tom on the phone.
I got to make pee-pees.
Just hit that. Well, we got some audio from the Tonight Show appearance.
Opie and Anthony.
It's great.
They're like the hottest guys on radio.
Wow, that's really nice.
Really nice. Opie and Anthony Show on XM Satellite Radio.
It starts with an O&A plug before headlines.
Opie and Anthony Show on XM Radio.
Very nice.
Tested. Leno approved.
They plugged us like 3 times last night on the show.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
The hottest show there is. Hottest show there is.
We're back with a very strange Opie and Anthony show today.
Yeah.
We can't get Tom on the phone right now.
I'm going to Bonnaroo this weekend.
Hey.
Should be a lot of fun. Ooh. I love Tennessee and I love the outdoors.
The old comedy tent, eh?
Hey, yeah.
That's good.
I was on Fox Red Eye last night. You know who we should get in here as a guest? God damn it, I forgot to mention who I love. This guy's, he's brilliant and he's interesting.
Oh, I'm busy.
But you're not. Wait on. Oh, boy. Sounds like someone's got humility, says Regular Joe.
Regular Joe. Love Regular Joe.
Tell us how you really feel, Regular Joe.
Oh, Regular Joe.
Was Dr. Michael Baden was on again last night.
Oh, that creep.
He's fucking...
Love that ghoul.
The guy knows everything.
About death.
But he's so interesting, man. Like, we could have him in to just sit on that and just talk about anything with...
That guy, you ask me, he likes death.
Yeah, that's his business. You know, we all have a business.
Yeah.
You know? Hey, 2 things in life guaranteed, my friend. Death and taxes.
Ha! Regular Joe.
That's Regular Joe for you.
I hate Regular Joe.
And what do you hate Regular Joe for?
Because he's too regular.
What are the odds? 6 to 1, half a dozen the other, right? What do you hate? Joe Bag of Donuts? Get out of here. That's what Regular Joe says.
Regular Joe. He dies on the job.
Yeah.
On his job site. Because you know he works. He's some blue collar guy.
Yeah, like a container of coffee.
Yeah. Yeah. Go make a run to the coffee truck.
Yeah.
Get some breakfast for the guys.
You buy, I'll fly.
Yeah,
Joe
see?
says
That's
that.
what Regular Joe would say.
Sure would.
Hot enough for you?
Yeah, well, you know. What are you going to do? I'd complain, but who'd listen?
Regular Joe stinks.
We got to call out Mark Wahlberg today. Rod J says it all. Colorado Springs. Side note, guys. Remember Mark Wahlberg saying he was going to come in next time he was in New York? Well, he was in New York as he was telling you that.
I know. I realized that when I saw him on Letterman and
Conan, you know.
Yeah, we're not going to get him in studio.
Hey, when you're in New York, drop by. Oh, okay.
I certainly will, as he's calling from one of the hotels a block or two away.
But he's probably doing a radio tour. It's like, whatever. We got to be special where guys want to come in and promote on this radio program.
Right.
Let's say hi to John in Oklahoma. John?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hey.
Yeah, I deal with this same situation every day. My wife has just about the same thing that Tom has, and then I have a son that is suicidal. He's had his back broke 3 times.
Wow. How, dude?
Huh?
How did he have his back broken?
It happened in traffic accidents. But he got shot in the head in a drive-by shooting is where it all started.
Come on.
You're kidding, right?
No, I'm not.
How old is he?
23 years old.
So was he buying drugs in a bad neighborhood, or why was he a victim of a drive-by?
He stopped to help an old lady change a tire.
And someone decided he needs a bullet in his head.
And a drive-by shooting, the gang initiation thing.
Oh, my God. Yeah, probably shoot some innocent bystander.
Yeah. And he's suicidal. I had to take his guns away. I mean, he wants to commit suicide every day.
Does he abuse substances or anything?
No. He's not a drug addict. He never was. But he's on pain pills now, and he hates it.
Shit. 3 traffic accidents. Are they his fault? I mean, how does it happen?
A Mexican run a stop sign and slammed into the side of my van, totaled out a $30,000 conversion van. Just barely got out of that one alive. And then, that just was the start of the process. And then the next accident just re-injured his back again. And none of the accidents been his fault. But his mother has to take care of him, and she's in as bad shape as Tom, if not worse. And she's been living with this for 17 years.
What Tom has, she's had for 17 years.
Basically the same thing as what Tom has. She gets up every morning coughing up her lungs. She's on 16, 17 pills just to breathe.
Wow. What's it called? What exactly is it?
Well, hers is chemically induced asthma. And there's not a damn thing that they can do about it.
Chemically induced asthma.
Tom's got something way more serious than that, not to downplay the asthma thing, but...
Well, no, this is not your normal asthma thing, no. I mean, if
This isn't your mother's asthma. Oh, wait, it is.
it's to the point where you cannot wear...
I'll give you asthma.
...cologne or anything around her.
Really?
She can't be around any kind of a smell or an odor. She basically has to live in a bubble.
So, wait, if it's liquid asthma, this might sound like a crazy suggestion, but just stop buying her asthma drinks.
Yeah. But, I mean, I was sitting there listening
Have her eat
to
some
this morning.
saltines.
I understand right where Tom was coming from.
Yeah, it was hopefully it'll be okay, man.
I'm sure there's a lot of people that can relate to what Tom's going through.
It's at a point where, and my God, the poor man, but I got to look at my own life and go, what the hell? There's nothing and there's no help. We took my son to a doctor, and the only damn thing that he says is, give me $200,000 to begin with, and let's maybe start looking. Maybe we can do something. I drive truck for a living. I ain't got $200,000, and there's no help.
Yeah, they really are.
You don't have $200,000?
Yeah.
The fuck have you been doing,
What
you
do you do
lazy
on a weekend?
bastard? Come on, a weekend.
But the bottom line is,
Yeah, really. I'm buying all the medicine. That's where all my money goes. to buy medicine just to keep him out of pain.
And we don't need universal health care or anything, right?
Universal health care stinks.
No,
Just
we
look at
need
Canada.
something, though, man.
No,
we need
don't.
something.
World needs ditch diggers too, you know.
People aren't
How many Caddyshack references can I throw in? Jesus Christ.
The bottom line is people are fucking... I'm not saying that... I'm not a socialist by any stretch. But when people can't fucking pay for medical insurance, it's a shitty country. When people are when we leave each other swinging in the wind.
Jimmy Karl Marx Norton.
But we wonder why... We're like, well, how could anybody just shoot a random civilian? How could anybody do a home invasion or any... But we have no compassion for each other, like when it comes to that. We don't want to be inconvenienced at all when it comes to helping somebody else. And we wonder why people could easily commit acts of barbarism when they're just like one step farther on the indifference scale than we are. Our indifference is a non-action, and theirs is just violent. I mean, we wonder, we set no example as to why people should give a fuck. It's to leave each other swinging like that and not have any sense of, and I'm not talking about for leeches and bloodsuckers, but for people that really are down in their luck, people that got fucking kids and shit, like, whatever, man. We become a fucking selfish cunt society.
Yeah. Well, as long as it drives us closer to the brink of anarchy, I'm happy. That's what I'm waiting for. Complete and total breakdown of society. Oh, I just relish the day. That would be so much fun.
You know, it's going to be over something silly too, like a boycott of sardines.
That'll be the straw.
And what will happen is there are so many closet sardine lovers,
no one
they
knew
will
about.
rebel. And they will come out and they'll demand sardines in a can with oil. And they'll all dress up like little sardines at their protests. And people will ignore them because they're assholes.
It'll be like, wow, you know, the price of fuel, war, things like that. But it was sardines that finally did end the United States of America.
Because there's that one guy, he stands up at every town meeting. 80 of them are talking about gas. And he goes, what about sardine oil? I submit to you it's too expensive.
His name is Ted the Sardine Guy.
No, it's not. Why would it be that?
I'm sorry. I thought it was.
No.
Oh, well, sorry.
Sardine Teddy!
Sardine Teddy. Sardine Teddy.
Sardine Teddy is here! He tells, I sleep with my family all in one bed. Head to toe, head to toe, head to toe.
Because he wants to keep sardines fun.
Under a tin blanket.
Yes.
He knows sardines are just an awful business being, so he's just making it a little funner by calling himself Teddy instead of Ted.
We all wear silver PJs to bed, so we look and feel and think like sardines. One for all for one, all the same. Night, folks.
and your family doesn't eat dessert, right? Because you got to keep everyone nice and thin.
We drink sardine oil for dessert,
Yeah.
as well as for breakfast on our cereal.
Hey, we got to go back to John because a lot of people calling Bravo Sierra, my friend. What doctor says give me $200,000 and then we'll start looking
Well,
around?
I'm sure he didn't use that kind of language.
What did the doctor really say?
Yeah.
Well, they just, we've been to every specialist. I live in Tulsa. We've been to every specialist in that area. And in Oklahoma City area, we went to Shriners Hospital when he was a kid, when this first started happening to him. And Shriners done one surgery, and then they said, well, we can't help him no more because
They gave him a
he's
hat
not
and
a
told him
kid
to
no
leave.
more.
That's stupid.
He got to be too old.
A fez. They gave him a fez.
We went to Chicago, and they couldn't help him up there. And the doctors...
John, just so we know what we're getting ourselves into, how long is your fucking ride today?
Wow.
How long is my ride?
Yes, how long is this story going to go on? Because you're lonely.
He's
No,
lonely.
I mean, I'm just at the point where I got insured where I could commit suicide, and I got $100,000 life insurance policy on me. I'm at the point where I'm about ready to do that just so I can help my kid.
But doesn't it not count if you kill yourself? The insurance might not be payable. They might not have to pay
no,
it.
it's payable. I've checked on that, Jimmy.
Two.
I've got that clause in there. I can do it, and it will pay out.
All right, well, look, dude, how about this? All right, look, why don't you just not do that? When did we...
Oh, well, I don't really want to. I don't know. I'm at a wit's end.
After taxes and stuff, your family will get fucked anyway. They'll take 60%, 50% of that insurance money. 50 grand, what the fuck is that going to get them besides a hell of a good 6 months?
How the fuck did we become messiahs? We tell dick jokes.
No, we've always been messiahs.
Now we're helping the less fortunate today. After the break, we'll be talking to the lepers.
Welcome, sir. You're on the God and God show.
Yeah, hello.
You'd be surprised how many people live with this shit on a daily basis where Tom's at.
Yep, I hear you.
And I live in that shit and have lived in this shit for 17 fucking years. And see no way out.
Yeah, I mean, it stinks, dude. But the fucking, putting a pistol in your mouth is not. It's just ridiculous.
And look, if we're going to be messiahs, our Bible is Foundry, and just remember what Foundry has taught us over the years.
The pendulum will swing back the other way.
That's right, Jimmy. You gotta just wait for the pendulum.
I can't wait for the son of a bitch to come back the other way. I really can't.
All right, Godspeed.
Yeah, thanks.
Look, guys, I'm going to punch out. I didn't mean to bring you down, but...
No, you didn't do it.
That's fine.
We can't be out of touch with the fact that there's a lot of people getting fucking dicked because they don't have money. It stinks.
Yeah, coming up next, we're going to talk about how in 100 years from now, no one's even going to know that you lived. So, stick around for that break. Holy shit.
The bottom line is... I keep saying the bottom line when there really is no bottom line. I apologize. It's a verbal crutch I have.
Is it?
Well, the bottom line is some people just have verbal crutches.
Yeah, well, you know what? Better than regular crutches. Little joke from Regular Joe.
Regular Joe.
Little innocent joke. No offense.
Despicable douchebag, Regular Joe.
Oh, tell us how you really feel. Regular Joe always has a comeback. Boom. Boom.
Yes, he does.
Boom.
Hey, John, do us a favor, because the faithful listeners, they think we, run bits into the ground. So if you could wait a few months before you kill yourself, that would be nice. We don't want too many suicides in a row here.
Yeah.
Well, I do my best not to get to that point, but like I got home last week, my son was laying on the floor for 3 hours, and he could not help him get up. It's just fucking. I know it's hilarious to people, but when you're standing here on this side of it looking at it, it ain't hilarious at all.
It's not that.
Of course not.
It's it's definitely unpleasant, of course.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want to see bad shit happen to fucking listeners.
But the pendulum is... Oh, fucking forget it. Cares about Foundry and Pendulum. I do.
Anyway, love your show, guys. But this run really hit close to home with me.
Yeah.
Well, hang in there, dude.
Yeah, just hang in there.
Hang in there. That's a shitty, shallow advice, but just
Why doesn't
hang
it
in there.
ever hit home?
What's that?
It's always close to home.
Oh, hit home.
It just hits the house.
It does hit home. Sure it does.
It's got to hit the house.
That really hit home with me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It was always, hit pretty close to home.
Oh, here's one I told at work.
What'd you say?
Billy Joel was driving. I go, yeah, you really hit home. I cracked the guys up on the
Regular
site.
Joe, he's got some jokes, too.
Yeah, Regular Joe
They
fires
suck,
them out.
but...
No, they don't. They're good. They're fun. You can tell them in front of kids.
All right. John, thanks.
All right, I'm out of here. Bye.
Good luck, John. Take care.
You mean you're just hanging up the phone, right?
All right.
All right, bye. Let's go to James in Oklahoma. James.
Hey, what's going on, fellas?
Hey.
I got kind of a mixed view on this. They called me a survivor, suicide survivor. My old man committed suicide when I was 11, and it really screwed our family up for the rest of our lives living on it's a military guy. But, if he doesn't have any children, nobody depending on him, something like that, he's living in misery and has been for many years, I say, let him go.
Well, dude, we're not forcibly stopping him. I mean, Kevorkian had the right idea. People who are in tremendous pain with terminal illnesses. But this is a case of a guy who probably doesn't have great insurance. The medical community, the insurance company, I mean, they're like lawyers. They're soulless vultures. And so maybe he's not getting the proper... Maybe there are things that can make his quality of life 60% better, where he's like, you know what, man, I can still have a good time like this. So it's like worth taking a shot, right? Or looking into.
Absolutely. If there's something that can improve his quality of life, whether it be girls, like you like,
yeah,
or better drugs or whatever, give him a shot at that too. But I mean, he's got to been going through this for so many years. He's probably tried pretty much most everything.
Who knows what he could try in his financial range, though, man? Sometimes fucking, you know, they really do. The first thing they say when you get to a hospital is, what's your insurance papers?
Yeah.
We really are a country full of self-centered scumbags sometimes. I don't even think it's the citizens as much as it is the bureaucracy.
Yeah, the red tape.
We forgive foreign debt all the time, so they do us favors in the UN, so they vote the way we need them to vote in the UN. We forgive foreign debt, and we leave our own people fucking swinging in the wind. It's fucking sickening, man.
Wow. All right, well, hey, listen to you guys all the time. I can't wait to hear what the next chapter of this saga unfolds.
Thank you.
All right.
That was enough out of liberal asshole Jim. It's happening
Really?
to me.
Look at you, fucking communist. That's what you are.
Kelly, Philadelphia, what's up?
Hey, guys, I'm Kelly from Philly. I'm a life insurance agent, and all these people calling in about suicide. A standard life insurance contract has a 2-year suicide clause. So if you're going to buy life insurance, wait 2 years, and the benefit is 100% tax-free, depending on your tax status. So $100,000 if you're under $3.5 million of an estate, then you're going to get $100,000.
All right, cool. That was helpful information.
Wow.
Spoken like a true person in the industry.
Oh, really?
Hey, well,
I love her perky voice as she's discussing suicide and life insurance policies.
If you kill yourself, it's got to be after 2 years.
But that's how they think
and
about it.
it's 100% tax-free.
Well, I don't condone suicide, but if they're going to do it, at least let them get their money out of it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The girl makes a pernt.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you,
All right,
Kelly.
thanks.
Goodbye,
Bye.
Kelly.
Goodbye. Let's get a tugboat. Tugboat.
Hey, I'd like to ask Greg Hughes, did Opie die? All of a sudden, the guy that stomped on poor Andrew's cake has become such a humanistic person, and I just was curious.
That shit was just getting tiring.
That's right.
I needed to start sleeping at night.
He couldn't handle his new nickname. Cakefoot Jones.
Right.
May I ask you something, Mr. James?
Look, there is another side of that. You really stay up at night, and I don't want to. I want to sleep.
Mr. Norton.
Yes, love.
You are so eloquent, and you can explain yourself so well. And unfortunately, every time you have a birthday on July the 19th, I want to kill myself because that's my anniversary.
Your sober
I love
anniversary?
You guys keep up the good work.
Your marriage anniversary.
All right, Tugboat, you keep it up too. Jeremy, Illinois, what's up?
Hey, be good. If you can't be good, be careful, says Regular Joe.
Wow, Regular Joe.
What's up there, Jeremy?
Hey.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Jeremy?
Easy for you to say.
Jeremy?
Regular
Yeah.
Joe fires him out.
Hi, what's up?
Yeah, I was wanting to know, could I get Foundry Pendulum downloaded somewhere? Is that available?
Yes, go to
And what do you got-
shit.com.
Hey, something else you need to bring to this show up. You need to play the drill dope bit.
Why? It's a 40-minute bit of a fucking fat boy being...
way.
You want
All right,
sexy?
later,
I'll
guys.
talk dirty.
Let's go to Steve in Virginia. Steve? Steve?
Meow.
Yes.
Steve.
Yeah. Hello.
I might as well be in Virginia.
All right, let's go to Chuck in South Dakota. Chuck?
Hey, I was just wondering, did you tell everybody you got only one give a shit a week and you already used it up on Tom?
No, well, sir.
And all these guys calling up and talking about how they want to commit suicide. Just tell them go to hell.
Yeah, it's been a weird day there,
yeah.
Chuck.
You go to hell.
South
Does your
Dakota.
legal department realize if you would have hung up on Tom, what kind of recourse you would have had from that?
We would have had no recourse. It's a radio show. We can't prove what anybody's doing. It's not about that, though. It's just sometimes when you're talking to a guy and you feel he's being genuine.
Well, yeah, you guys did a great job, and Tom, he's genuine. He's a genuine deal there, and I hope the best for him. I hope that you guys can, lead him in the right direction to get some help.
Well, it's like, look, dude, it's not my words. Regular Joe taught me.
Yeah.
That you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. But then Regular Joe is always fond of throwing in, but you can make him thirsty.
But you could pop him in the shitter anytime.
Regular Joe never looked at it from that angle. He's a big fan of the Seattle farm video. But Regular Joe has a darker side.
Why don't we flip it and give the horse some of his own medicine, though? Pop him in the shitter.
Wouldn't hurt a horse. You ever see a horse shit?
Yeah, good
They're
point.
fucking, they're giant blocks of doo-doos. And they have fucking hard pebbles and hay in them. What do you think, horses fucking strain their vegetables? They're eating dirt and rocks with their dumb lips. They have cunt mouth. They eat fucking apples, they eat the core, and then they shit it out. They don't baby wipe their assholes, they rub their dicks in dirt. They're like, my dick itches. Here, let me scrape it and get some pebbles in the foreskin. That'll help. And you think that you're going to take your 7-incher and fuck its ass and teach it a lesson?
They drop that shit out of there, and then it puckers up and twitches.
Yeah. Their asshole blows you a kiss goodbye. It's mocking you. They scoot the fucking tail out of the way and act of belligerence. And the asshole pushes out a log.
Just opens up.
Yeah, it's a tree trunk of shit.
It just opens up to the world, then it closes back up so it can make more shit.
Yeah, it's like
it does.
It's like the Warner Brothers circle. It just kind of shrinks slowly and mocks you.
That's right. Basically saying, I can shit some more, but I'm going to wait a minute.
Yeah, I'll wait a minute. Your kids are watching here at the petting zoo.
Do you do anything else but shit?
That's all horses do. They
where's,
shit, they help hold
Steve,
things
before
together.
we do line of the day and get the hell out of here, I want to get one more update if you have
Hello. Yes, we will not be playing Pendulum.
Yes, I was trying to watermark the bullet.
Let's go to Carl in Jersey. Carl.
Hey, what's happening, guys? Listen, I was having a great day. The sun is out. It was great. But listen to this fucking show. Now I want to kill myself. What am I going to do here?
No, listen to the replay. We had a lot of laughs today.
Reminds me of a shirt I saw, which really made me laugh. It said, "You've obviously mistaken me for someone who gives a
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you got
regular Joe.
Yeah, I laughed. I saw that, but I didn't know, like the kids, like, oh, you're not
Of
getting
course
that
you
one till
did.
you're 18.
I want my funny back. Well, it'll be back. Don't worry.
Hey, who said that?
Oh,
Just this guy, Clever
I
Mule.
want my funny back.
Clever Mule, what's up?
I want my show back. Opie, you need to quit doing acupuncture. I need for little Jimmy to get out of therapy, and we need Angelini to go away. And I miss my angry voice.
Voice.
You want to hear anger, douchebag?
Yeah, you.
Now, keep up good work, guys. Love the show. See ya.
All right.
Thank you.
Let's go to Matt in New York. Matt, is Steve around? Is he coming in? Matt.
Is he around? Yes.
Hey.
Matt, what's up?
Nothing. What's up? I just wanted to say this morning was absolute gold, guys. Yesterday you were saying about how people, I fell out of the car. I was laughing so hard. I was actually late to an appointment because I was listening to Tom. It was just riveting.
Yeah, I hope he'll be fine. I hope.
That came out of nowhere today,
Yeah, I was
too,
actually
man.
very surprised.
Holy shit. All right, thanks, sir. Let's, is Steve coming in? Can we start doing line of the day? With who? Who's he on the phone with?
Oh, it might be with legal or...
Who's he on the phone with? Cream Pie, go ask him.
Having a bandwidth issue.
Steve, is your phone ringing off the hook?
Yeah, dude, I'm on the phone constantly.
What can you say on air?
Nothing.
Wow, really? It's getting like that?
Why?
It's
Are those
getting,
legal people getting involved or no?
No.
it's getting like that?
Well, I know, Danny.
Hold on.
I'm not saying nothing. No update.
How many phone calls have you taken in the last 20 minutes? And who's called? Can you say that?
Nope. No update.
Sometimes you got to say no.
Sometimes you just got to say no. You're right, Jim. Words of wisdom, Jim. Words of wisdom.
Words of wisdom. It's getting intense back there?
Yeah.
Really? Oh, boy.
Get out of my way!
That's right. What was the follow-up hit? People want to know.
Yeah, what was it?
I really don't remember. I know there's probably a bargain bin somewhere in Massachusetts with 1,000 Foundry CDs in it, though.
You remember what the
Or a
second
garbage
single
bin.
was going to be?
Thank you. We had
What was the second single?
I think there was a song called "Tell Your Story" that we really liked a lot.
Tell your story? Where is it? I want to hear it.
Wait, how's it go? Like, what's the tempo of it? What's it about? Stop, you do remember. You wrote it.
I'm not singing it a cappella.
You don't have to sing it, but what's some of the...
Get out of my way. No?
Everything had that real fast kick drum beat to it because we were trying to figure out how to do what Rob Zombie wound up doing very successfully.
Oh, boy.
And we didn't.
No.
No, not at all.
Danny just made some face.
All right,
why wasn't Foundry playing?
Eric has
Yeah.
another. All right, here's another one from Foundry.
All right. Yeah. 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 Rock.
The singer is the weak part of this band.
Tell you when, I'll tell you why, I'll tell you lies until you cry, I'll tell you what you want to hear. I'm a devil in disguise.
What?
You're the devil in disguise?
No, you're not.
How did that happen?
You're not the. Can you pause that? You're not devilish. You're Steve.
You're sweet. You're sweet.
I was 400 pounds.
Exactly. You're Jupiter in disguise.
I like that.
Shit.
I would have gone with Venus, but Jupiter's funnier.
The devil in disguise.
All right, let's do line today. Get the fuck out of here. We can do more Foundry tomorrow.
You're not the devil.
Because now we need to know who's calling Steve.
I'm a sweet boy.
Just setting it up.
Hey, Cheryl.
Oh, the devil in disguise might have an answer. Ooh. Like,
Yeah.
when did you walk in and all of a sudden you pulled your mask off and I'm the devil? They went, oh, we didn't recognize you.
He was disguised.
He had big back pockets. He tucked in his pronged tail. And we didn't see all the fire. What'd you do? Did you have a little backpack that took all the smoke and kind of kept it out of view? The brimstone? Did your cloven hooves go clickety-clack on the floor? You're trying to be in disguise.
He was in disguise.
Hey, there's a 400-pound man with clickety-clack hooves on the floor. Who is he?
Had shiny boots.
That's right.
Get out of his way.
Oh, God, it was like one of those Greek mythological creatures. You were half-ass, half-ass.
So, line of the day brought to you by CardScan. Get all of your contacts organized in just a few seconds. Check out the device that nobody should be without at cardscan.com/radio1. Are we ready? All right. Runner-up line of the day. Jimmy doesn't fart. What's wrong with you?
I don't fart. Jeez. I loudly leak cum. Hate my fucking laugh.
Why?
Why wouldn't you?
It's sexy. Another runner-up line of the day.
There were catered people there carving huge. There was a piece of meat that was just gigantic. It was ridiculously gigantic, and they're just carving away. No, don't look at my crotch when I say that, Jimmy.
I didn't know you were charitable as well.
What's the end of the buffet line? It's just Anthony's fucking fat cock. Some guy with a white hat and checkered pants is just scraping off skin shavings.
like one of those long subs you get for a party.
There was some guy in a white straw hat and the white jacket walking around.
What's the function tonight there, Anthony?
I believe there is a extreme fighting type event going
Who's
on.
Who's fighting, man?
I don't know. I just know they go in the ring
me an
and
autograph.
they kick each other's ass.
How many functions are you doing a week now?
I don't know. Whatever ones come across my transom. That's about it.
Here's another runner-up.
My way. Sorry.
Here's another runner-up line of the day.
If the AFFS has not actually started the rebellion yet, they're not going to. Everybody knows that.
Oh, really? The AF... what?
Americans for Free Sheds.
I like that. Two more. Another runner-up line of the day.
Hey, how
How are you?
Hi,
Tom
CBS.
can kill himself? How are you? Tom can kill himself as long as he doesn't say duty.
Wow, there you go, listener. Getting in the fun. Last runner-up line of the day.
It's called the Lou Costello clause. Oh, yeah, he had a rough one. His son,
yeah.
Or his child, or his kid drowned.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Then my son's in the...
Hey, I'm bad. Abbott and Costello meet the sad relatives.
Holy mackerel. Line of the daytime? Let's do it. Good.
Here comes line of the day. Line of the day.
I have a weapon loaded.
What?
Cocked.
Oh, Jesus.
And it wouldn't take more than half pound of pressure. But I don't want to bring anybody down.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Whoops.
There you go. Tom from White Plains with the line of the day. The show is just exhausting. Let's go for the quick out. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
This is an emergency broadcast. The unpleasant noise you are about to hear coming from your radio is not a mistake.
Opie and Anthony.